That was nice.
That's good luck. There's like what a 25%. Well, I guess it depends on what pack you get.
Yeah, I only opened the bigger pack, so yeah,
50%
50-50.
chance.
But I think I'm 3 for 3 on those since I bought 3 of those big packs for $90. But I also only opened one, I think. I still have the other two like not opened. Here, let me log into Twitch and trying to get a streak here.
Yeah, I
Bam.
subscribed to my Amazon Prime account.
Yeah.
I haven't really been. I was trying to binge watch a bunch of shows on Amazon Prime, but since I've been watching the Olympics, that's kind of taken over my. A lot of content to watch for the Olympics. There's like 10 events going on at a time, and they're all like 3 hours long.
Yeah. The ones I have
Last,
listed are ones that are duplicates that I pulled.
last night I was watching Olympic ping pong. Those people are nuts.
Oh yeah.
The one guy, like the way he served, looked so insane. He was hitting it so close to the table that it looked like it's coming out of his face. Like he's serving behind his head, so you can see like what kind of spin he's putting on it. It looks so weird. But like when they shot it from the other end, it looked like he was like shooting out of his mouth. I was like, is that like a trick shot? What is happening? But
I guess it's
yeah.
allowed.
I was also commenting like in the women's ping pong, it was like they didn't look like athletes. It was like there's a real husky woman. I was like, this is only in ping pong can you get away with like not looking like an Olympic athlete. Even the
Yeah.
skateboarders were like super ripped. She wasn't like
Yeah, I feel like
super out of shape. She looked like she should have been doing shot put though. Like she was big with like big muscles.
yeah, overwhelmingly like the heavier set people do like weightlifting. I think like any of those kind of like weight activities.
The men's ping pong
Oh,
though, those guys were like they're really slender. Like they're super
yeah,
lanky.
usually like little
That
twinks.
was like not how the women's was. Like both the women were like on the huskier side, and it was like interesting.
Uh,
I've been watching a lot of tennis, and the tennis people are always really slender as well because they have to do a lot of running. Going on, BMAC. Max is looking at his
Here,
Meta
this is the
Battler
start of my.
collection,
These are
which
the
I'm
ones that I
sure
pulled.
BMAC is aware the game just went live like 8 hours
Here, I'll
ago.
show you. I'll show you my. This is my avatar.
BMAC is
I
playing right
wonder.
now.
I haven't actually pulled any of these guys into the game yet, so I guess let's see. Let's see what they come in as.
I haven't. I went to sleep as this was going live. I stayed up way too late again.
Let's see. Deck builder.
That phase Counter Strike match went way too long and kept me up. And I was like, I want to see Navi. I got a bunch of Navi players.
Here, sync NFTs.
Max said he synced all of his cards already.
Oh, I gotta send these to my collector wallet.
You also got to make sure you don't show any not safe for work stuff.
Yep. I noticed that. Let's see. I want to.
I didn't realize when I did it, but all the stuff we uploaded during like the open beta, those scores are permanent.
Oh,
I wasn't really paying attention to what I got. I was just like because I was trying to get on the leaderboard before it ended. I was just like spamming upload. But I'm gonna have to go through and check what I got. And hello, tissues. Tissues 101. If you have an issue, here's a tissue.
here we go. This guy. Make sure I don't send the ones that have open orders because I have a few for sale. I think those are the ones that are like outlined in green.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Oh, wait, no, this one is one. Oh, yeah, because I have dupes. Same with that one. Oh, no, that's the dupe.
I wonder when the Olympics is going to start the like running events. So I don't think we've seen any of the like 100 meter, 200 meter situation.
Yeah, my sister just got there to Europe
Oh,
with her family.
she's in France.
She just got to Germany, but it was like super busy flying into those international airports because of the Olympics.
No, people are going. Home.
Oh yeah. Also, I think the plane tickets were pretty pricey. That's why I also did not go
I wonder if
that
like
end.
specific events have cheaper tickets. Like to go see like the 100 meter sprint is expensive as shit. But if you want to go see like day one of women's ping pong, it's like whatever the ticket price scales. When it comes to America, it's like, yeah, I don't really care what I watch. Just want to go to something, but I might just try to go to some weird event that nobody's trying to see. I'm sure
Yeah,
everything's a little
looking.
expensive though.
There's got to be some like stuff that's like not pricey. Okay, here we go. I just sent all my or I highlighted all my stuff. Let me type in my
Doesn't matter. They
wallet.
will take stats with them when you sell them, says BMac. That's actually not a bad call for you though. Like you're not taking the ones you're selling, but you could have two uploads and pick the better one if you're trying to.
That's true. I guess if the ones that I have dupes of, I can just re-list and swap it out. Let me like make sure that I type my wallet address correct before I send all these things. Yes, I did. All right, send it.
Silly, I'm still gonna send it.
Oh yeah, there we go. Nice big old collection. Send it to my cold wallet. I guess I gotta click this thing.
Let's see if I can find that sound alert. I think we still have that sound alert. My alerts.
There it is.
Oh, I guess we don't have still gonna send it anymore. Name. Oh yeah, we do. Here we go.
You guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
There it goes.
Success.
Going on
Okay.
Flantality. Say good night. I guess it is kind of evening here. Normally I'm like, we're not in our time zone, but I guess 5 p.m. is considered night, right?
There we go. Here's a bunch of my Meta Battler stuff.
Click select max. Time.
Oh yeah, good call.
2 a.m. here. Okay, 2 a.m. is definitely nighttime.
Let's see. I'll make sure it's only Meta Battler stuff. Yeah. Sync. All right. Let's see how my Meta Battler stuff comes in. I always really like this part of it too. This is fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad that I just spammed through all mine and didn't like enjoy it, but I have plenty of collections to upload.
Ooh,
Mythic, that's the
Mythic.
best
That's
you
a
can
good
get.
one to. That's a good one to start on. 64. Damn. Epic. Yeah. All right. Starting and coming in hot. Although 33 is not that incredible.
Not a bad starting point.
31, not bad. Ultra
Ultra
rare.
rare, that's
Let's
pretty good.
go. 53. Damn. All these are getting fire right now. These memes too. Happy Minion. Damn.
Ultra rare.
53. Yeah, I gotta say these do come in pretty hot.
Seems
Legendary.
like they have a much
There's no-
lower minimum than when you upload just random
Yeah,
collections.
37 epic. This has been like one of the worst ones I've gotten so far.
I think 30 is like nothing less than 30.
Another 37. Another epic. Here you go. 31 now. That's the new floor.
VMAX has minimum 20, max 69.
53. 69 is pretty. I got close to that already at the first one I pulled. Nice. Jake was happy about that one. 49. Legendary. Nice. And none of these are bad. Epic.
Hey guys, this is a really showing copyright
Yeah.
clips as reactions. I don't know what the legality of that is if you can use GIFs.
Yeah, as a meme thing, I'm not sure either. 38, this was one of the worst ones. 30, there goes. That's the new low. We went from 31 to 30. Although Quagmire's still into it. Oh, back to back 30s. Oh, damn. Evil Patrick. 57, not bad. 30. Okay, that's like the fourth time I got a 30. 37. 37, and last one is 57. Damn, okay. I mean, nothing worse than a 30 and a lot of just pretty solid pulls in general, I feel like.
I think 64 might be higher than anything else in Upload from outside their collection.
Right? That was pretty let's see if I say select max, how many of these are still Badler? Oh yeah, most all of them. Let's go. I'll go one more 30 set. I think that should be all my cards because I opened 2 packs and that'll be it. Fully synced. 40, not bad. 46. That's a fun smiling dog. Legend. Another legendary. Oh, this is from Coco. I was wondering where he was from. 48's not bad though. 46. 38. SpongeBob's a little overreacting there, I think. The Kermit is fun. Who's that? Nicki Minaj? I don't know. But she's happy about it. Epic. 32. Okay, that's the lowest one from this set. 30. No, it's jinxed it. 30's been the lowest so far. 43. Legendary. That's 36. Skeletor's happy about that. 32. 35. Another Kermit freak out. 32. The mask is pretty good too.
I haven't watched The Mask in like
33.
probably 20 years.
32. I feel like it would still be funny today. Although I haven't seen it in a while.
Wasn't it like a kids movie though?
32. I'm on a spree of kind of like meh. There you go. 49's pretty good again. That's a cool meme. Just power sliding.
I use that one. That's on Discord. If you type "Let's Go" into GIF, that one.
Nice. 40, not bad. 30. This is baseline, still the lowest I've gotten so far. And last one, 51. Pretty good. I definitely enjoy like going through the little pack rips and now have a pretty decent sized collection here, it looks like. Let's see if I go to select more. That should have been mostly all of them. Oh, damn, there's still a few more. Oh, and then these are my promos.
I got airdropped the bonus promo for having all the promos, which is pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I saw also that there was, if you look at the packs page here, there's like a bonus packs. Oh, it looked like some people already got some bonus packs. I wonder how you get them.
Possibly in game. They said they're going to be giving out rewards for doing towers.
Oh, that makes sense.
They also said
That's
you won't be
cool.
able to complete the full set unless you get, like, even if you part of the series 1 is from playing the game. So if you want to try to complete the full set, you should be trying to grind out them packs.
All right. Well,
But you should be able to see if you go to towers, they would tell you what the rewards in the towers are.
let's see. Play
PvE.
PvE.
Click prizes if you want to see it. Zip prizes.
Oh, here we
The
go.
top, go to the top. Prizes was tab, third tab.
Yeah.
Yep, there they are.
Ah, yep. There they are.
Didn't even have to look, and I knew it was happening.
Look at that.
I'm not sure that's even gate kept, is it? Access.
I
What
don't
does
think
access
so.
say?
Oh, access.
All decks
All
allowed.
decks
So yeah,
allowed.
you don't have
Yeah.
to have bought the drop, and you can be playing and trying to get the reward packs if you'd like.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool. So you could just import your Neon Space NFTs or any other NFTs you have in your wallet. Play
I
through this.
assumed that was going to be gate kept by the new series, but I guess it is not currently, at least.
That's pretty cool. So it is totally like free to play to earn in-game assets. Like here, let's see how my battle is going. I'll do a quick battle, see if I can beat level 3 here. This is my Naked Neon deck, I think. Here we go. I got water, got fire, and one ice. I'm gonna start with my weakest water and see what they got. Fuck you. Okay, fire. Then maybe I'll. Fuck you. I suck. I'll try fire again.
Yeah, but it says Mythic is playing Fluffy in ECL right now. That's some pretty
They keep
tier 3 Counter Strike.
they keep using water, so maybe I'll do ice. And now they switched to fire. Literally picked wrong. 4 out of 4 right now. I'm going ice again. Let's go. Oh, you bitch.
I feel like it'd be
They
pretty
kept doing
sick
fire.
if you had like the
Oh, fire.
one of the marble trophies to have your own name as like a card to beat people with.
Dude, I'm 7 for 7 picking the wrong element.
Did you look
That's like
at what their
impressive.
deck?
I did
deck
not. That was
preferences?
impressively bad. Maybe I should have though. Let's see. I'm going for water again though this time. Let's go just water.
What's going
There
on,
we go.
Ivanov? Also, by
low
the way, everybody in the chat, I do have a Crittercraft open in the background, but I'm sharing my access screen right now. So, if you'd like to join a giveaway,
There
you
we
can do
go.
exclamation point Neon in your wax wallet. We'll give away we can give away some woof, and we can also give away a Meta Battler promo since it is. Actually, let me make sure we have a Meta Battler promo before so we can give it away. But I think we still have a couple.
Seed. I give up on that one. I need to build my better deck anyway now that I have a better deck. Let's see. So if I play this, where do you see what the composition of your deck is? So I can do this correctly next time.
I think it says before you load in.
Let's see. So if I go to tower.
Like it says at the top of their,
One.
just look at the top of their deck. It tells you the numbers. He has 11
Oh,
white,
there it is.
14 red, 15 blue. So white is going to be his least.
Oh. So I should kind of grab a deck that is like more white, less fire, basically would do the best for me for this guy. I see. And then now can I change my deck before I get into this?
I thought you could, but maybe you can't. What if you click on the deck?
Oh, here, review deck. None
Select
selected.
cards, maybe?
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
I think
Review
you can
deck.
adjust them, but somebody was telling me
you're
they tried
right.
and it said you couldn't before the matches, but at least in the beta, you absolutely could. I don't, not the beta, but I was playing on testnet before it was an open beta, and I was doing that, but I haven't tried it since it's gone live on mainnet. So
Yeah, I guess let's see. I'd want to remove some of my.
I'd remove like anything under 30.
Yeah, let's go like this guy here. Harvest. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can take the meta battler points out of the card. That's what I was saying. Like, you might want to start out playing with whatever's highest, and then if you have cards you really like that have low ratings, you can take the points that the cards you don't like the artwork on take the points out, and then you can put them into. You're gonna put it down to level 1.
Harvest. Yeah, it returns it to level 1. It says done.
It didn't start at level 1 though. You just lost like 20 levels if you ever want to level that card up, and that was probably not the best idea.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And you took out like
It
a fraction
did.
of a meta battler point, which is not going to get you much.
Yeah. So let's see if I want to level it up. Yeah, it costs more than I just got for it. So that
To get to
probably
level
was-
2, so you're gonna have to do that 30 times or 22 times to get it back to where it was. And that's also a
Oof.
naked. Those are rare.
Yeah, as a naked mint 2. Oh well. How would I remove it from the deck though? Is what I was trying to do.
I don't know from this screen, but you can go back to the deck building screen. Select card screen. And then you hit the plus or the minus button. But if you can scroll up, click only cards from this deck. The third option on the right with the square.
Oh, here we go.
That's the second one. And then sort by level lowest.
And I'll remove that.
That one is like an auto lose unless you play the right.
Yeah. So if I
You're
lose
losing
that,
2 out
and
of
then-
3 with that one. You got to get pretty lucky.
And now, sort by level highest. I'm gonna replace it with this guy.
I'm doing friggin' Illuvium 0 on my phone while we do this. I've been playing that game too much lately.
Done. Okay, so that. It seems like you can edit it, because that was still. I mean, I guess I was still on level 1,
Yeah,
so I
hard to
guess I
say
should
unless you
beat
get
level
to
1 and then
level-
try. But I don't know. I'll try this later. I still want to build my deck and, actually try to win some of these cards. I just wanted to import some of my stuff into here, send it to my main cold wallet, and the usual. But now that that's done, let's should we poke around at the market first, or where should we start? Let's
Sure.
today is FOMC day in the stock market world. So today we had the FOMC meeting where we got to see here. I guess I'll pull up the information that we learned, which is basically totally in line with what we were expecting to see. But I'll pull it up anyway. Let's grab it. Copy this. Open it here. Boom. Here's all the summary. So we had the rates unchanged this time, which was the expectation by the market, and the I guess analysts were predicting no change to the rates. They did say that there may be cuts in the future with the goal of getting inflation back to 2%. It is, I feel like, still kind of interesting to note that like the goal isn't to stop inflation. The goal is just to get it to 2%. Inflation
What's it at right
eased,
now?
but remains. I think it's closest to 5 or 6 or something. It's pretty
That's
high.
a lot more than 2%.
Yeah, it's high. It was like I guess the last CPI reports have it like closing in on 4 again, but it's still like it was close to like 6 at the peak. Is also why you have like federal interest rates going up, also up to like 5.5 or whatever. So it's like trying to combat that on that level. But that's also, so now the interest rate on a federal level is still 5.5%. It hasn't changed. It won't change until the next FOMC meeting, where they basically are signaling it's possible that it might change, but it says it's still, inflation is still somewhat elevated. Also, you can see if there has been some progress on the inflation. So basically they're saying it's going well, but we're not going to like change course just yet and start like making money cheaper yet. If they had reduced interest rates, that is generally really, really positive news for equity markets, and usually like stock markets and crypto markets pump when the Fed announces federal interest rate cuts. So just to reiterate, they did not announce cuts this time around. They only announced staying the course. And then let's see what else. Both sides of a dual man alternatives risk on both sides of dual man. Oh yeah, that was just yeah, I guess if you're not following, this is kind of like too much backstory to talk about. And then they're also going unemployment rates. Unemployment's going up, but in general is still low. I feel like unemployment numbers are a little bit hard to quantize in the current kind of like economy, because I think a lot of people are working multiple jobs to make ends meet, and it's hard for employment metrics to kind of accommodate for people working two or sometimes three jobs at a time. So there's definitely a little bit of like ambiguity, in my opinion, in the employment statistics. Also, because I don't think, I mean, from personal anecdotes, a lot of people I know work gig jobs and aren't employed as much as they have contract work at 1099, which wouldn't affect unemployment metrics. So, because the economy, especially for younger people, is a lot more gig centric, I think unemployment numbers are a little bit less of a reliable metric. But of course, you know, Federal Reserve FOMC meeting, they're going to look at boomer metrics and decide, you know, or at least continue to discuss with the same kind of like implication of unemployment that it had, you know, 50, 20, 30 years ago. And I feel like the image of employment has changed drastically over the last 20 years. So personally, I think unemployment rates are a little bit of a difficult metric to lump into this stuff the way that they have always been lumped in.
Boomer
But either way, the
Metrics
big
sounds
takeaway,
like could be like a fucking cool math rock
Boomer
band name. What up? Check out my new band,
Right.
Boomer Metrics. We play all of our songs
Boomer
in
Metrics.
7/4 or 11/3.
right? There you go. The big takeaway though is that the rates are unchanged. So, and also the rates are unchanged, which was the expected result. So basically, there wasn't an upset. The market, like the FOMC meeting, went basically according to plan. Generally speaking, on FOMC day, we will see quite a bit of volatility in the markets. So no matter what the news is, good or bad, usually the markets will move quite a bit. Generally speaking, I'm not a big fan of opening new positions today. I'm gonna wait like tomorrow, let us cool down. But let's take a look at the market anyway, despite, you know, our understood implication of this news and the potential volatility we should be expecting for that. Last week we looked at the crypto market and we were expecting it to probably pull back a little before bouncing and move up higher. It was starting to look more and more bullish with a bit of a kind of like sideways, re-reaching these highs and kind of pushing and these wicks pushing into new highs, higher highs than this previous push. After a short retrace back down, we're looking at the daily chart for Bitcoin. Now after the FOMC meeting, and now this week it's first week that we're seeing the Ethereum ETF trading. So this week we're starting to see like reports coming from BlackRock and from other financial institutions that are the counterpart to these ETFs, where they are now publishing what the inflow outflow is for those assets. What that basically means is that, you know, BlackRock, will take as the example. Let's say BlackRock has bought 100,000 Ethereum units, and then they're, you know, making available 100,000 units of their ETF to trade on the stock exchange. If 110,000 of those units were bought, you know, BlackRock would have issued 10,000 new units, and in order to do that, they would have had to then source the Ethereum in order to issue those new shares to meet the demand. So it's not like the ETF can run out of shares. It's when the ETF starts to run out of shares, new shares are generated by Ethereum being bought from the actual market. Shares can only be written into existence if the institution holds the actual Ethereum in order to issue shares. They're not able to issue ETF shares on credit. They actually have to be holding the Ethereum in order to mine or mint new shares into existence. All that said, the preliminary publications of inflow outflow have been very positive, showing an inflow, meaning that this first week of live trading, after they had initially established their base of liquidity for people to buy from them, they have been actively buying more Ethereum. this week because the demand is exceeding their existing reserves. So generally seeing an inflow like that is relatively positive. Keeping in mind this is week 1 of trading, and therefore let's not like ape in our whole like stack and mortgage our house because the first week of a new ETF we're experiencing an inflow. So it's positive news, but it's also like too early to frame this as like news at all. It's basically like preliminary data that is starting to paint a positive picture, but the picture is still like halfway done. So let's wait until that next couple weeks if we can see. It's very likely to see that next week we get some outflow because of the initial hype dying down and the initial demand not staying consistent. Or who knows, maybe the demand increases next week and we see more inflow, and then you start to see a reasonable like a narrative in media about like, institutional money is flowing into crypto, which is basically what inflow is. With all that
why
in
did
mind,
the picture that Sid posted in your Discord, why does it have a bear flag and yours doesn't, or a bear indicator?
I think Sid's is on the 4-hour chart.
There
Like
it is.
this? Yeah. Yeah, on the 4-hour we have a bear now. And we're basically looking here on the daily. We're getting this pullback and we're finding we're testing basically what is weekly support, but is currently marked by our strength band here. So if I go to the weekly chart, you can also see the band is going to be in about the same spot here, spot price wise. So we're effectively, we've gotten this kind of like a pullback and then deviation 2 weeks ago now, last month, where we pushed below our support, but almost immediately bounced back up above it. This kind of like volatile price action also leading up to the, or kind of possibly being like that sell the news event, because this is also happening around those ETFs actually starting to trade, going live, or at least having the approval to set a start date for trading was happening right around this time. Once we got our bounce back off, we did bounce and continued to keep this this kind of band our weekly support. And so now that we've bounced and kind of cooled off on this first like bounce, we're basically testing to see, are we going to hold the support? We're testing weekly. If we can hold it, then the most likely scenario is that we bounce into a higher high. Looking at this a little bit closer from the daily chart, you can kind of see this would then constitute us making maybe a higher high from this last high before this lowest low. This would now be us looking for making a higher low, although this whole section here feels like we could is basically the range now. So we have like actually we have kind of a long term where we've just been ranging right around here, still kind of just flatlining for a while on the daily chart. But either way, what we're looking for on the coming days is basically a bounce on weekly support. And if we can't get that bounce, then it is possibility of slipping back below our daily support and weekly support line, and then it would be pretty dire, like possibly making a double bottom or then pushing to a lower low. Either way, if we can't find a support on this around like 64K or something for Bitcoin in the coming days. So if we start losing 64K and closing full days below it, then I would say this kind of short-term like rally can all be still part of a deviation on the weekly, where we're pushing. We kind of have been tracking here, making higher highs. Then we made a low, a high, a lower high, a lower low, and then if this does now fail to make the support, then this constitutes a lower high again after a lower low, which confirms our downtrend and then potentially flips us and pushes us down, which would see us retesting potentially old support levels right around here, which is very similar to like range wise to where we were pushing to test support before we actually lost it and went full bear market. So this is kind of then the like the defending like levels. This becomes now a weekly like support below current weekly support. So this would be months of potentially like negative price action to push us to what, like 44, 45K if we lose weekly support. But right now still looks pretty bullish. We definitely have, on the daily chart, we have been, selling off, and we're looking like we're becoming oversold right as we're approaching daily and weekly support. So that's generally giving us a sentiment that we're probably going to find the bounce that we're looking for. On the 4-hour, though, it was looking a lot more bullish or bearish here. You can see we already had our bear print. We've been closing below the bands. But you can see still in this kind of on the 4-hour, it's kind of still in this uptrend of like we've been moving up. This would be like, I guess, if we want to count this as our first pullback, our low here, then making a higher high than this previous high, dropping here to make either a double low or a slightly higher low, then pushing up to make another higher high, and still not retracing to this double here. We're still a little bit above there. So still possible. We find our support here on the 4-hour and start making our higher low again to then, bounce up and push higher. We're very close to that support though. So you can see, this low kind of found it here. This low found it around here too. So we definitely have a decent strength, strong support here. And generally speaking, getting a 3 bounces like that would be the 3rd time's the charm kind of bounce, where this bounce then pushes and breaks up through resistance. And that's also in line with, again, where our support is on the daily. However, if we fail to hold that daily support, then we are also, just like before, we would be looking at, potentially retesting one of these levels down here where we had found a bunch of support previously, which then sees us dropping like, potentially 10% or so from where we currently are still. Either way, looking forward to this coming week to kind of give clarity on that, and especially not looking for that clarity to happen in the next 24 hours, because today is volatility day following the FOMC meeting. Today is a good day to maybe scalp trade some swings. Like, there's a lot of volatility in the market, so it's pretty easy to take a position and then have the price change because the market is moving. And so, oh yeah, here you go. On the 4-hour, when you can see it move, then that's a pretty big move. Looking at it a little closer here now. Zoom. Yoink. Yeah, this is very close. 15-minute. But you can see we're starting to potentially push below where these last candles like wicked and found support, which is bearish. So you can see on the like super low time frames here. Let's go to the 1-hour too. The 1-hour also looks like it wants to bounce now. It has been sold off into oblivion a little bit. It's unclear basically on the low time frame. You have like this, we want to keep selling off. We're starting to close. We've wicked below the last low here, but also the candles are, getting smaller and smaller, which is that compression is also like generally like, we're looking for a breaking point then as these kind of get smaller. So it's like, okay, we're probably going to retest the top again. It's hard to say, like, because the 1-hour, the 15 minutes are kind of like confusing with each other's signals. So I like to stick to these wider ranges and in the longer time frames. So looking at the weekly first, we basically had been in a bullish trend for a long time already. We've basically kind of tested and bounced on our strength band, and now we're looking for a retest of that same weekly support, and looking for another bounce to stay in this trend. Then getting closer, looking at the daily, we can also see similar picture, approaching oversold. So we're running out of steam, at least on the daily time frame of this sell-off. And as we're running out of steam, we're also approaching the weekly, which also happens to be daily support. And I guess one last thing to look at, today is also monthly close. So if I go to the monthly candle, you can see here, it actually just closed. So you can see now there's 1 month and 0 days left in this new candle. But looking at the monthly close, this is a Doge candle, which is great because that indicates an undecided direction, but a Doge candle is basically a candle that has like a relatively thin body and then more or less equal wicks on both sides. Although it does look like the lower wick here might be a little bit longer. Either way, the monthly close happening just now. You can see the new monthly candle is just this tiny sliver right now. Also generally is accompanied by a little bit of trade volatility. So we have FOMC day, we have monthly close, and we have a little bit of like an uncertainty in this in the market right now with new ETFs trading, looking very positive, but also being, in week one of their hype cycle, and so it's a little bit early to kind of like jump to conclusions. But keeping an eye on basically the monthly, weekly, and daily, everything still is above our bullish support levels, and we're still looking for it to find support on those levels to bounce and move further up. So let's see if that happens. Let's look at Wax really quick. This is Wax in terms of dollars on the daily chart. You can see we got, we kind of had a pretty sorry dump here where we'd been, struggling to maintain support here. And when we finally lost it, we've taken a hard shit.
Rock Metal's asking, why is that called a Doge candle?
A Doge candle? I forget the actual etymology of but it's DOJI, I think.
Oh, so it's not from
not like the
Doge.
Dog. Yeah,
That's
not
what
like the Doge
he was
meme.
like, is it named after like fucking Doge took fat shits over and over?
Doge. Yeah, generally looking for those like when the markets change directions, you'd usually try to find like when a move ends, you try to find some like candles like that. Although I guess this one's kind of that here. Kind of. You can find it a lot more reliably in maturer markets. But looking at Wax though, the less mature market, you can see here looking at these little wicks, both of them kind of double topping here, which is higher than the previous kind of floor was right here. And you can see we've broken above our daily support line and bounced on it once, and now are kind of doing this golden arches McDonald's look. We're trying to basically do the same thing as what I was talking about with Bitcoin. We're trying to bounce on weekly and daily support, which is pretty much at our strength band. If I look at the weekly chart, we should see, we're actually looking a lot less bullish on the weekly chart for Wax, where you can see on our weekly, we did kind of, fall below this support line, and now we're currently looking like we're struggling to recapture it, like reclose above it. So we want to see for Wax is for Wax to close these weeks above our strength band, so above 4.1 cents, and we're currently at just below 4 cents.
Wax
So
is just having a bad time. Sid also chimed in. Sid has an update. It's Doji, not Doja. Doji.
Doji, yeah.
In Japanese,
Doji, yes,
Doji means
right.
In Japanese, Doji means the same thing, a reference to the rarity of having the open and close price for security be exactly the same. It signals indecision.
Yeah. And is that this? Would you say, Sid, since you're looking, would you say that the monthly close for Bitcoin was a doji? Because I feel like the wick on the bottom and the body is a little thick to consider it a doji. Honestly, it might be let me look.
Doji sounds like it could be like a Japanese pastry that's really tasty. I want to eat a doji.
Right. Like this candle right here. This one would be a doji, like that super thin body, very much like equal sides, like this one as well. This one's pushing it on having a thick body.
Sid
thick boys.
Yes, it's a doji.
Yes. Okay. It's a little thick, but it's got the wick kind of action going on that we'd want to see for a doji. So it's a little undecided, but either way, we're looking for, looking back at the weekly, we're looking for support on the weekly support. And then if we look at the daily, we're also looking at, I'm on Bitcoin here. we're also looking for that support to kind of like be our springboard, bouncing board here for the price. So moving into this week, we're hoping to see a little bit of green, but we're probably should be preparing for the eventual like loss of weekly support. And if we are going to lose weekly support, then I think it is appropriate to hedge into some maybe like stable coin positions, because then the like medium term kind of time frame starts to look a little bit more bearish and gives us a little bit more basically room to retest kind of previous supports, which can still make higher lows and still keep us bullish on the weekly time frame. But if the daily flips bearish, then we can see a 10% or more fall, and at that point we'll do well to be hedged a little bit. But for now, it's still looking bullish, and let's not preemptively ape into a hedge. So with all that said, let's look at what we want to do with our wax this week. And let me switch off of my wallet here.
Rock Metal says, Pastry, I've had to eat food truck food a lot this week. Most has been disappointing. Pastry sounds very good about now. I don't know what food trucks are like where you live, but food trucks are fucking bomb in Los Angeles.
Food trucks where I go, yeah, that's the best food comes off of trucks out here.
Restaurants are for chumps. It's not on the street. You ain't eating street meat, it ain't it.
Yeah, dude. It used to be like in my parents' generations, eating off of a truck was like blue collar, but now it's like the height of.
Honestly, food trucks aren't that cheap. Like,
no,
some of the food trucks,
expensive.
it's like $15+ It's like, what?
Oh yeah, Paul and I ate at like a seafood like food truck, and we spent like $80 for the two of us.
I saw there's a food truck at the what is that, a high school where it's like down the street where they were at the baseball field. Yeah, there's a food truck there last night, which I'd never seen before. And I was like, oh shit, food truck within walking distance.
On Sundays, you might be asleep on Sundays during like the AM hours though, but until maybe like 2 p.m. or something, from like 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., they do a farmer's market there on the parking lot of the college.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever been awake by 2 p.m.
I'm a little irritated. It's all outdoors and it's all like, food trucks and stuff. But when I walk by, they have like a sign that says no dogs allowed unless they're service animals. So I'm always like, fuck you. Like, I'm not coming here to spend my money because I'm always walking my dog. But it's also like every time I go to a fucking like farmer's market, I like buy a bunch of like eggs. I like artisan bread that people make. And then I'll get like fruits, like berries and stuff. And I'd love to spend my money on local vendors like that, but I'm also like, fuck you. I'm not going to like break your stupid rules by bringing my non-service dog in here. And if you want to put up signs like that at an outdoor venue, then like, okay, I guess it's not for me.
I don't care. I was asking, what was the seafood truck?
Oh, the seafood truck. Fuck, I have to ask Paul.
Was it Garbos? Is what he's asking.
Paul will remember. I'll get you the answer.
I don't know if I've ever had seafood out of a truck. The one truck I've wanted to try in LA, but I've never have, is there's like a sushi burrito truck that just makes like, they're basically like giant sushi rolls, but it's like a big burrito sized sushi roll. And that one, like, there's one in LA, but it's like in a different spot every day, so you have to go track it down.
No. That's pretty dope. Here, I'll let you know when Paul texts me back about what the name of that truck was.
A little sus of seafood that comes out of a truck, though. I guess like they have fridges and shit though, so it's not like any different than
a
restaurant. But
also, most of the like food truck food has to be prepared either in the truck, which is like a commercial kitchen, or it has to be pre-prepared at a commercial kitchen. So I'm not too worried about it usually, but I'll also eat like danger dogs. So
what's a danger dog?
A danger dog, like a street dog from an unlicensed street vendor.
How do you know it's unlicensed? Are you checking for the license every time you eat at a street vendor?
Oh yeah, every street vendor that's licensed has like a letter grade. And so if you see like a person pushing like cart that doesn't have like a letter A, B, or whatever grade by the food like inspector, that's a danger dog. That's just somebody who like set up a cart and is just running it like unlicensed.
I don't know that
And
I've ever
usually-
verified that there's been a letter grade at any street vendor I've ever eaten at.
I really don't give a shit. Like I will eat danger dogs is what I was saying. Like I like that. Like they're usually pretty good. But the problem with them is that like, you know, they're not allowed to be in those places. So what'll happen is like it's the cops will come, but not like any cops. There's like a specific like car that has like a label on the side about like what their whole thing is like is food enforcement stuff. And so what happens is like someone's the lookout and they'll let you know that like these cops are coming, and sometimes those people will just like pack up their cart and like leave right when you're like in the middle of a transaction.
That's like
And
the biggest buzzkill of a job ever. Like all you're doing is
Yeah.
shutting down people like trying to grind for like
Oh, I
very
know,
low
right?
money selling food. What a shitty job.
those hot dogs are also like great and $5 and but the problem is that, you know, because they're being hunted by these like authorities, that a lot of the times they have to, you know, like potentially put like cooked or potentially uncooked food and just like really quickly pack it all up and then like potentially not have the heater on for the next like hour while they find a new spot. And it's like dangerous as far as like food safety goes for handling food that way.
But
Like, they
fucking
don't
hot dogs are
necessarily
like the
have-
most hot dogs like are the most
Yeah.
artificially pumped full of preservatives. Like hot dogs don't go bad like in the way it's
Yeah,
like
I
when you have
I don't mind
pepperoni,
at all.
pepperoni doesn't need to be in the fridge. Like if you buy pepperoni slices in the grocery store, a lot of times they're just sitting on a fucking like not in the fridge aisle.
Right. Also, like some of those danger dogs have like the best toppings. Like I got one recently outside of a bar, and it was like these people know what they're doing. They like set up like right around the corner in like an alley where you couldn't really see them, but a lot of foot traffic leaving the bar was going right past there. So like, and they had like you could get a hot dog with like pico de gallo, guacamole, nacho cheese, like taco meat. Like, I don't know. It was just like an abomination, but it was so good. It had like they had fajita veggies. Like this thing was so overloaded and amazing, and like $5. You know, like I think Paul and I both got one, and then we got a third one to share. But no
Double
big deal.
dogging.
Yeah, they also like they'll like encourage you to like take your food and fuck off, like because they don't want people to like have a crowd around them because that attracts the wrong type of attention, I guess. Like, which is always, you know, why it's much cheaper. Like a fully loaded hot dog like that for like $5 a person with like a can of soda. You're not getting that at an inspected licensed vendor.
I was like those in his,
Danger
like
dogs.
was it Fashion District always has the
Oh yeah, Jesus dogs.
Jesus dogs.
Yeah, those are the best. Fashion District hot dogs used to be. They had like some of the best like toppings and stuff. Also, the Fashion District is just like a food desert as fuck. Like, there's barely anywhere to eat. So like those hot dog places probably do really well.
About
Also,
how much
that's
is-
changed. That's changed over the last few years. There's actually places to eat down there now.
I bought a bunch of socks from the Fashion District, and they're the worst socks I've ever purchased in my entire life. I got what I paid for. I was like,
Oh,
these are
yeah.
so cheap, and they're like, they're
Oh,
just
dude,
like
the Fashion
they're like the
District, it's
shape
like
is wrong,
Temu.
like it doesn't fit on your foot properly, and then like they blow out after like wearing them like twice. I was just like, oh god, I didn't know clothes could be made this poorly.
Oh yeah, the Fashion District is like Temu but in person. It's like really not ideal. Anyway, let's see how we did. Let's see how we did in our wallet here. I've just logged in on Taco Swap and on Alcor, and these are the 4 liquidity pools that we're still farming on this wallet. First thing I'm going to do is come up here, accounts and rewards. I want to claim our Woofy. Oh, and our taco. So we made 137,000 Woofy tokens this week, just on Taco Swap alone. That's kind of awesome. Let's claim those. We also got some taco tokens. We'll mess with these in a second. And then let's also go over here to the farm page of Alcor, which, yep, I've clicked. And I'm going to say staked only and take a look at what we're still farming for the coming week. And it looks like we got SDM Woof, and we're still cooking at a cool 161 APR reward percentage. We got 76 days left on this bad boy. This is solid. That's a lot. I'm into that. And then we still have 160 plus 107, so 267 APR, which will still last all week. And then at 10 days, we're going to get cut off on this. I say we stay in this pool still for this week. Maybe when this is closer to expiring next week, we reduce a little bit from it, or not. Let's see. Let's also take a look at our.
Winterfell is asking, any idea when Alcor will have a wax/wuff pool?
I mean, there is a pool. It's just not incentivized anymore. Here we go. We see Wax Booty on the 4 hours. So it is getting a little bit of a downturn after weeks of upward movement. It's still not making a lower low just yet on the 4 hour. You can see this is kind of our low. Although if we wanted to consider, this could be the first time we're starting to, fall, making a lower low. Looking at these moving averages, we've fallen below both of them. It's not shaking me out, especially with this huge APR that we're paid. Also, I think we started with 50 wax in this pool, and we're at 70 now. So it's come up quite a bit since we started anyway. So we have room to hold this for another week and still kind of break even if we continue this downtrend for a week in terms of wax price action. Let's also look at SDM in terms of wax.
I'm looking in the WUP Discord. Somebody asked, is this farm going to be renewed in 4 days? And I don't see any replies to it. So as far as I know, radio silence from the team if there's going to be a new farm. So I guess the answer is we do not know if or when there will be a new wax/wuff farm. The good news about that though is that less WUF is being put out for as far as inflation goes.
Yeah.
Not even inflation, but I guess just circulation. It's already minted.
Yeah. Yeah, distribution, I guess. The distribution slows down. It's kind of like for the FTW token, there's no distribution that I don't just buy with wax off the secondary market. It's not like new tokens that are ever distributed. This is the SDM pool, by the way. On the 4 hour chart, you can see this has just been cruising upwards for literally months. I'm not so worried about dumping out of this. Also, we have an 80-day runway on the rewards for this pool. And then finally, we have Wax Neon. We also started with 50 wax in there. We're at 52 now, and we still have, I think, quite a bit of runway in our Neon farm as well. But let me pull that up really quick here. Here's the Wax Neon over the last few days. Also starting to this is about where we started doing the rewards, so it has kind of pumped up a bit. There's also I remember. I think it was Toon or Jelly in the chat were mentioning that one of the 2Ks were mentioning about how they were nervous about the potential dump that would come from I made that FTW token and paired it with with Neon. And so what I did is I removed the liquidity, the majority of that liquidity pools that was Neon and FTW. I pulled all that stuff out. I paired the FTW side with Woofy instead, and then I sent the Neon token to the give.neon wallet. Rather than dump it, we can just decide if we want to burn it from there or if we want to give it away or what the fuck ever we want to do with it. I just didn't want to dump it from the FTW wallet, but I also have removed the potential of an FTW dump affecting the Neon wax price. So that was something I wanted to mention because let's see, because I think it was a valid criticism of I launched something that seemed like maybe it would be associated with this, and the fact that it had liquidity exposure. I didn't want anyone who's just holding Neon to get wrongfully burned in any way. So now if we go to give.neon, there should be, I think, 80 Neon in this wallet now.
A lot of Neon.
86. Yeah, 86. That was about the amount that I had made from the FTW token mooning relative to it. and I didn't want to sell it back or anything, so I just sent it to the Give wallet.
We got
So we
some
can decide
random
what to do
tokens
with
in
it
there. We
from
got 100,000 snake oil. We got
Oh,
hype.
yeah. We got 1 million. Oh wait, 1.1 billion whoop.
That's worth like
Uh,
I want to say that's worth like
Jesus.
$1,700 or like $1,800. It's worth kind of a lot.
20 LFGK.
I don't even know if Graffiti King's still. I know like
I'm
Darren,
not
the guy
sure.
who started the collection, bailed a long time ago, but there were people taking it
Yeah.
over. I don't know if they're still working on it. I don't know that Nova Rally Snake Oil can do anything anymore. I think like the game's
I don't
going
know
off
either.
chain, and that was meant to play the game on chain. So I don't know if those tokens are even like functional.
4.2 honey is quite a decent chunk of honey,
It's
I
funny how
guess.
long we've
And
been on
then
this chain. We have like multiple dead fucking tokens.
yeah, 10 million a ether. That used to be worth a bit.
I don't
And then
know where
20,
that came from.
right? That's a decent chunk of a ether. 25. This I just minted into the wallet to like
Yeah.
give. That's like 2.5% of that supply. But that's also like you can burn it or do whatever you want with it. I just figured
When was my last Nova Rally race?
it's been a
Probably over
minute
a
for
year
me.
ago. I know they were still doing it for a while, but I think they officially retired the first season. Saw somebody post about that, but yeah, I mean they're working on trying to get the game off chain to work on like Steam and stuff. Last I heard. I haven't talked to 6-Bit Glitch in a while, but he was the one working on that.
Yeah.
What's going on, Quadrell? Tried to play friggin' finals of Quadrell last night, but he's like, nah, I'm done. I don't want to play with you. You suck too bad. He didn't actually say that, but
Damn.
that's why I inferred through him saying he was taking a break to eat.
Ruthless. Let's see. Looks like I also made 276,000 woof over here on these woof farms. Let's claim those too. All right.
How's
Where did
3DM doing?
we?
Is it still holding price pretty good?
Which one?
SDM, sorry, not 3DM.
Oh yeah, STM. Yeah, that was the other one. I was like, damn. Yeah, it's just been climbing and climbing. SDM. I'm not 100% sure how it gets like distributed or anything, but it looks like whatever they're doing for months and months and months is causing its value relative to wax to at least increase.
It's probably just
And-
they did 1 million for Woof Rewards 3 months ago. They did it for another 3 months, if I had to guess. But
Yeah, I
maybe
guess
not.
so. But I mean, this has been going up since before Woof even launched.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
this is like December 2023.
I also,
Like,
to be
it's just
fair, haven't tried Dark
been
Country in probably 3 years. Like, it's one of the first games I played on Wax, and then I just
That's the other
stopped.
thing about this token is that like it's been around for so long that like just like I don't really use it or fuck with it, but the fact that it has existed for years kind of gives me comfort. I don't know that it should, but
Dark
it
Country
does.
was a decent game. They had problems with like
I
it was
enjoyed
kind
it.
of
Yeah.
buggy. The reason I stopped playing is because the client would crash, and we were playing tournaments that would last like 6 hours long, and then it'd crash like during the final round, and you just take the loss. And I was like, I'm not trying to play
Yeah.
6 hours for a client issue to fucking lose, but I'm sure maybe they fixed that by now. I have no idea, but that, and I don't really play trading card games, so like that seems like it'd be more of Max's alley.
I liked the
But
game, but yeah, the client issues made it pretty hard to
the other thing was
justify.
like the good cards were just mad expensive. Like there were a couple of really overpowered cards that were kind of the meta, and then like those
Yeah.
ones just got super jacked up in price. And I was like, yeah, to actually build a deck that would be competitive, it would have cost a lot.
I think based on what we already have and based on what I just claimed all the rewards here, I feel like let's just do what we did last week and take all of our rewards and add them again to this SDM Wolf pool. Because this pool is still cooking for 76 days. It's still going to be printing 161% APR in Wolf. And there's pretty limited risk to us using, farmed rewards to try to mess with something like this.
Compound. I like
So,
the idea
yeah.
for our pool of like we didn't do 1 billion. Like a lot of people are just blowing their load of Wuff all at once, which I feel like
Yeah.
more dramatically pumps the price. But I feel like 100 million we could do for like literally the next year.
Like years, yeah.
And I feel like that's cool. It would also be cool, like if the price
I
of
prefer
Wolf
that.
keeps going up, then it's just like, oh, like I don't know. It's the value you're going to be
Especially
giving
once all
people.
these people. Yeah, it's not like they're gonna get another round of 1.5 billion woof to distribute. As the price of woof goes up, I feel like any future distributions go down. So being able to like spread it out long term might really play into our favor based on how the woof price has been
The
appreciating.
other side is the price could dump in
Could
10
do
months.
the other,
And then
yeah.
we're giving you less. But I don't know. I like the idea of having sustained rewards, especially because like before we were giving out the Neon token, which I feel like just creates sell pressure on Neon. So like giving out another
Yeah,
token, you can sell your woof that you're earning and buy Neon, which I feel like is pretty cool.
right. Yeah, exactly. It's like doesn't require anything to like. Also, having added that like neon woof liquidity pool has definitely increased the value and the like volume on the neon wax pool, which is great.
You get the
Here's what I'm doing,
arbitrage
by the way.
bots. Arbitrage bots
Yeah,
doing their thing.
they're actually cooking, and then because wax and neon, I'm sorry, wax and woof have such a wild like dynamic like difference in price. There's now constantly like balancing trades going between those pools that just weren't happening before. So it's definitely like nice to see. That was also part of like doing the whole FTW experiment. It's fun to see like how the liquidity moves between token pools that you make. But here's what I want to do for this week's rewards. Before I get more sidetracked, I'm over on Wax on Edge. I'm gonna do 50% of my woof into SDM. Looks like it is gonna do woof wax FDM all on Alcor. And I did notice it's a little. I feel like the platform fee shouldn't be like that. I need to ask Wapaka about this. I'm curious why it's charging me this when it's only trading on Alcor. And if I did the same swap on Alcor, I think it would give me the same route, but not charge me the platform fee. So I feel like you'd end up with slightly more SDM if you just did this on Alcor at the moment. Let me test the theory. 8, 5, 6, 7. And if we do a swap here, SDM 50%, 8593. So we like 30 more of the SDM token, which I think is about, because look, it's going to be doing the same exact route, right? So I'm saving on platform fees, wax woof, and woof SDM. But yeah, I'm curious because I thought it was initially only charging platform fees when it's splitting the trade between multiple dexes, but I think it's when it's splitting between multiple pools, which is a free thing that Alcor does for you.
What is it?
When
Doesn't it
it's
say
all
NFT
within
blocks
Alcor.
to Taco to Alcor?
These are all the exchanges that it could be pulling from,
Oh,
but
it's
the
not what
route
it's
itself
actually
is
doing?
woof, wax into SDM. Yeah, these are always there.
Like
Like
3-jump
this
trade, you
one,
can do a 3-jump trade on Alcor by itself.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because like this woof to wax on Alcor V2 and then wax to SDM on Alcor V2 is the trade route that it will give you. Woof to wax on Alcor and then wax to SDM. So it's the exact same route that it's giving me on Alcor directly, but I'm not paying the platform fee to do it. So I was curious to ask Wapaka if that is intentionally how it's supposed to work, because I initially was under the impression that the platform fee was waived when it is an internal like single dex transaction like this.
I thought it was too, but maybe changed it.
Yeah, so I'm curious about that.
I guess the question
But,
there is, would the woof you earn for using the platform outweigh the
that was
platform
what
fee?
I was about to say. I feel like I'm still gonna do this because I like getting the kickbacks in Woof, and I like supporting Wapaka. And people building any kind of tools on Wax, I think, is worth.
Rock Metal is asking, do you always leave the slippage so high? I usually drop down to like 0.05%. Can't get away at the 0.01. Some base
That's
coins,
true.
0.05 works.
I could adjust this. I have it like set so high just so I don't get aired out, because I'm constantly trading like random tokens that don't necessarily have super deep liquidity. But it is a good practice not to leave your slippage so high. So maybe like 0.05 is fine. If you click the wheel here, you can change your slippage tolerance percentage. Same goes for Alcor. If you click this little settings thing up here, You got your slippage tolerance. I have mine set to 10 right now. The reason for that is that I think I was like dumping one of those tokens that I had airdropped to me that has like a crazy tax, like a 5% tax or some shit. I think like Keck or something like that. And those tokens will fail if you don't set your slippage tolerance to like over the tax limit, because otherwise it'll be like, oh, it's a inaccurate amount of not what you're expecting, or your tolerance is too low. But yeah, I shouldn't leave it at that. I usually would leave it at whatever auto is. Good catch. And then normally also like 3 jumps. And recalculate on price change should be on. So this is like how I would generally have it set for every transaction. Unless it's like some crazy token that requires, slippage tolerance adjustments. Which can happen also for tokens, not just tokens that have a tax, but tokens that have shitty precision, like Chimp token, for example. It doesn't have any precision at all. Meaning that it has no decimal. It can't be reduced down below 1 unit. And so if you're trading 1 unit of Chimp, or you're buying, let's say, 1 unit of Chimp, which let's say costs, like, for easy math's sake, let's say it costs 0.9 wax, and you put 1 wax, and it'll be like, oh, 1 wax will still round to 1 unit of Chimp, so it'll still let you do that trade, and it'll fail because your slippage tolerance. So yeah, like when the token has liquidity depth issues and precision issues, you need to mess with your slippage tolerance to allow for those issues. But now that I've did this swap trade, let's go back to pools and add it to this one here. I'm going to click manage, and I'm going to say increase liquidity here. Click max on this guy, make sure I have enough. 207, 795, 207, 671. So yep, we're adding this bad boy. Sign that transaction and done. And now in just 2 weeks, this pool got made entirely with our rewards fee from this week and last week, and we've got $1.15 already in 2 weeks off of just rewards, which now this is earning us 3,300 WOOF per day. And that's again on a pool created entirely by WOOF rewards that we earned. This I like.
That's pretty crazy. Like, I mean, we've been doing this for a while, but you started with $10 total. Just the rewards is like worth $1 from a couple of weeks of doing this.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wolf
this is like
Wolf has really kicked up the potential earnings on this chain for DeFi, because like we weren't doing nearly as well before Wolf came.
Being able to get all these different WOOF pools, like there's no other chain like Solana or Base chain where you can earn this amount of WOOF. Like you can actually generate a shit ton of WOOF here by simply farming, a lot of these token pools that are paying out WOOF. And then in between all these pools, there are assets that I would say are, that I am participating in farming. Like, I mean, I'm biased as hell, but I like the Neon Wax pair. Because Neon isn't like something that gets dumped and doesn't have a huge amount of people like aping into and out of it, and therefore that pool pretty easy to just earn, and it pulls substantial APR. This one pulls an ass load now, but that's because I cut it down so much, and it's still earning 10 million. But either way, like 100% APR, that's great. Same with like pools like what we're in, like Wax Booty or SDM. Like those pools pay pretty high APRs for like tokens that are not too insane. I mean, Wax Booty, I'm not too familiar with like what their max cap is or how they decide to distribute it. I know it gets given out during their stream.
Yeah, like if you just watch the stream. For any of these tokens, honestly, I would try to get out of them before the reward ends, because I think a lot of these are propped up by WOOF.
That's what I'm thinking too, and I think it might, like, today might not be the worst time to pull some. Let's see how big of our share in the Wax Booty pool is.
There's 69 days left though. There's plenty of.
There's only 10 days left on the like.
On the wolf side.
One, yeah, on the one of the two, because there's like two rewards pools.
I want to still be going for the other one though.
I feel like we're fine. Yeah, the other one will keep going, but the rewards will drop off to like 106% APR from like 256
Still
or whatever
a
it is.
lot of APR.
Yeah, it's still better than what we're getting in our neon pool, and I'm not looking to pull from that. So I feel like, yeah, I'm happy with all these pools. This is not something I want to adjust. And then we also are chilling here in our wax woof pool where we have almost 300 wax. So this is almost 600 wax bilateral. We started with 100. This is almost 6x our initial wax amount.
Is that
And
farming?
if you consider, yeah,
yeah,
that's farming in.
For the
So it's
person who
in
asked, like,
the
where's the Alcor
meal
pool? There is a wolf wax
Jump
pool
into
on
this guy.
Taco.
Yeah, join me. Here, I'll show you staked. 79 days left. Wax woof. It's paying 17% APR, nothing crazy. But if you look at the leaderboard, you know your boy's in this guy. Yield farming's 5th place.
Damn, 280 million woof.
Yeah, 280 million against 10,000 wax. So I make 270,000 per day from this farm. This is down from about 330,000 when I first started. So it is getting more popular as it is now the only game in town where you can earn some APR with wax wolf exposure. But like I was saying, there's a lot of options to earn like ridiculously high wolf yields on this chain. I don't know that I would ape into like all of them, but a lot of the stuff on here that is like, you know, like from established projects, I would say stuff like Dark Country, like I'm okay with like rolling the dice a little bit on that one. And then again, you know, projects like that have been around for like 3 years, like the Neon Space Neon token. I'm again biased as all hell, but I feel like that one has been around, has been relatively solid at holding its own ground against, you know, wax, and is paying a pretty decent yield. And then we have quite a few of these other tokens, like all paying really high. So if you have the tolerance for some of these farms, it can be a pretty decent way to stack some wolf tokens if that's what you're looking for. Like this SDM wax isn't bad either, almost 200%. It's even better than our SDM wolf, but wolf is outperforming wax, so who's to say
By a
who's to know?
lot.
Yeah, so I still like this one. It only is because we're earning our woof as the reward here, so we're only taking half of our rewards and selling them. If we were trying to get into this, we'd be selling all of our woof rewards every week. And I still want to keep some exposure to woof as long as it's in the trajectory that it's been in. But either way, I kind of want to emphasize: look at all these APR options and look at how many of them are being rewarded by woof. I really like that. Like this is a really cool. Here's Speak of the Devil, the Neon Pool, but it's really cool to see, you know, all of these projects benefiting from this kind of like meme coin fun that the Wax team, you know, hooked people up with. So there's definitely more so than on any other blockchain. Wax has opportunities for you to farm a pretty substantial amount of these wolf tokens. And like Lewis was saying, a lot of these teams are kind of just like throwing all their rewards out there. Like I'm not 100% sure how many neon or how many wolf tokens, for example, like Captain Degen and the WX Booty Pool has, but this is 820 million right here in rewards going out over the course of like a quarter. So it's hard to know that they can do that again in the next 3 months period. But if they can,
you will get one more. There's a third distribution of tokens, so everybody will get the same amount again before they're out.
Well, yeah, a lot of these though, like we can like 600 million, like a lot of them are spending quite a bit of it. So it's like a decent opportunity moment for us to kind of like capture some of, you know, these huge APRs that people are just pumping into their
curious
their
what
tokens.
To see happens 3 months after the last distribution will be an interesting.
Yeah, same. Especially because everyone will be aware and have some woofy and exposure to it, but not anymore have all this opportunity to earn it.
I also think the price is not even really decided by people on Wax. It's probably decided by people on Solana. Yeah. So like, who knows what the fuck's gonna happen with Wolf in the next 6 to 10 months.
Yeah, it's true. Also, if Solana gets approved for an ETF and the Solana token price explodes, a huge amount of Woofy is paired with Solana. So we would 100% experience an upside. If Solana has a great day, then Woof probably has a decent day as well.
Could also see people selling Woof into Solana at that point, though.
That's the other side of that. And then, yeah. But either way, I think personally, I'm a big fan of what's happening with Woof on the Wax chain in general. I think it's fun what like the invigoration into like kind of the DeFi ecosystem that they've done. And I love to see what all these different pools are doing with it. I know there's also quite a few like wax style farms out there that are what is that called? Yeah, that are like distributing their Woof shares to like NFT pools or to token pools. So definitely fun. Definitely also worth going over to Taco Swap, looking at the meal tab and maybe checking out if there's some other pools with assets that you maybe have familiarity with that you'd like to farm here as well.
We still got to look into
Since-
what's going on with Wombat. I think Wombat's turning into a different token somewhat soon, but I haven't been following that.
Yeah,
We'll
there's
do
still,
some homework for next week.
there's still a ton of liquidity. So far, last time I looked, because I still have my staked Wombat in my Wombat app. And last time I looked, it was like, just leave it alone when I ask. I was like, should I unstake it? They're like, just leave it. If it's staked, they'll like migrate it for you. And then so far there's that's basically the only thing I have. And they're like, that's not a quote just yet. They're like, don't tell people that it'll migrate for you because it probably won't. Like it probably will, but it's not official yet. So they still don't have like the official word last I checked.
I'm gonna pull up my screen. It's been a hot minute.
Alright.
We should do a giveaway.
Yeah, I guess that was pretty much everything we wanted to do for Wax, like for our Wax investment anyway. So we've been doing I guess the like last thing I want to say is we turned 100 Wax into 600, 700, 800. Yeah, we turned 100 Wax into about 800 Wax already, which is very good. By any metric, any way you slice it, that's pretty solid. And we've done it all by simply moving our Wax, into different farm opportunities, pursuing different liquidity mining kind of like incentives, and doing that all one move per week, only live on air, so that it's not like somebody's managing this portfolio like as a full-time job thing. No, this is something that we're only doing while live and letting it kind of run on autopilot. So it feels really exciting to be able to look at that wallet and have come up 8x in less than 2 years. That's I feel like, yeah, I feel proud of this. And I also have a decent amount of my own, like, my yield farming wallet, like I showed off in like spot 5 on that same pool. Like I'm in the pools that we talk about on the weekends or on Wax Wednesdays. So I'm in these pools with my own wallets, and these positions for the most part scale pretty well to like it doesn't have to be done with like $1.50 or whatever we're doing it with. You can do it with like a couple $100. Maybe not things like Wax Booty and Neon, because those pools are a little bit more shallow, but like for the vast majority of the life of this wallet, we've been exposed mainly to Wax, Woof, and I would say Wombat as our biggest kind of like farming pools. And those pools are definitely big enough to accommodate any kind of amount of liquidity that you wanted to play along with. And for the most part, I have been playing along with the exact moves that we've been doing from my personal wallet for the same amount of time we've been
I
doing
still
this.
think, just the like baseline advice, it's like if you're looking for a token to fuck with, multi-chain tokens are kind of
Yeah.
the winner every time. Like TLM, Brawl, Woof, Wombat, the kind of like blue chip tokens on Wax all have one thing in common. It's multi-chain, because there's tons of liquidity on other chains, and that makes it way harder to dump
Yep.
the price on Wax, because people will just arbitrage it if they try to dump the price on
There's
Wax.
just not enough money. There's just not enough money on Wax to dump the price of these tokens. Like you could pump the entire market cap of Wax into dumping Woofy, and like it would be absorbed entirely on Solana chain. Like it wouldn't even fucking blink. So yeah, that's definitely if you want your token to have access to deep liquidity, and like you want the fantasy of like a whale to like drop 100,000 or $1 million into your meme coin, the meme coin has to be somewhere where there is $1 million to drop into it, and that's just not going to be Alcor or Wax in general, at least not in the current state. Maybe in the future they have a focus a little bit more on liquidity protocols and dexes. I know of a few that are in development. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about them, so I won't. But they will be open source, and they will be competitors to what already exists. So we'll see. Which is definitely cool, considering that Alcor is a closed source protocol. So, I mean, it's dope that it like what it does is incredible. I think Alcor rocks. But I would say also the meta in DeFi protocols is to be open source. So I'm not 100% sure how well it would do moving cross-chain at attracting liquidity in liquidity environments that are not interested in closed source products. But we'll see. It's all very exciting.
I wonder now that I just talked about Brawl, it's like I wonder what's going on with blockchain brawlers. I haven't.
Right. I'm gonna say bye to Paul real quick.
I haven't really been keeping up with the Tyranno Studio stuff. Just Music Mobile Logic was such a friggin' disappointment that it was just like I'm sort of out on this stuff. It took them so long. It took them like a year and a half delays, and then they just made like a fucking glorified slot machine with NFTs that we paid like $75 a pack for. And I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. This kind of sucks. I didn't spend $75 to burn money every time I try to play, but yeah, sad. Honestly, pretty much everything, not everything, but like for a 2-year period, it seemed like everything the Wax team did was a complete failure, and Woof is like the first thing they've done that's actually turned out to be really successful in quite some time. And I also would have bet against it as far as like I didn't think Woof would be as successful as it was. So pleasantly surprised.
I was very impressed. I also our like advice to kind of be true to form with how we've been like doing relatively well. Our advice on Woof was like on day one, hedge your bet, sell half of it, and then take the other half, pair it with Wax, and put it in the LP. If you had done that, you would be up double the Wax you had before the airdrop, which is nuts. Like how well it did. I mean, if you had just held it, you'd be way fucking better off. But hey, the advice was not bad.
Yeah. You also never
I stand
know.
by it, and I did it, so I feel good about it.
I did that not even for. I did it for like a quarter, like maybe more like a 2/3, because I kept $1 billion. I think I had like 3 billion, and I took like 2 billion, and then I like sold one, and then paired it 50-50, and then with the other one, I'm just holding $1 billion, which has done very well for me. But that's just because it's complete vanity. That wasn't an investment move. That was I want to hold 1 billion tokens and say I'm a billionaire.
Yeah.
And the vanity,
Which
just like sometimes weirdly that's been like some of my best investments. Like TLM, I'm just like I want these fucking monkeys, and like that just like
that
stupid fucking
so well.
desire. But also that desire has lost me a ton of money in other games. So
Yeah, that was my thing. I was like, I chased that kind of shit in the wrong direction more often than not.
Although I will say a lot of those moves were motivated by money, like Our Planet, Green Rabbit, all that shit. I was like, I want to print money. That wasn't for vanity of wanting to be the best in the game necessarily. Where like Crypto Monkeys, I was like, I don't think these Crypto Monkeys are ever going to be worth more than I'm spending on the stupid fucking Trillium token that I know nothing about, but it's cheap enough that like I'm willing to roll the dice. And then that ended up being one of the best investments on Wax, if not the best. All right, let's do this giveaway. First place is going to get a Sergeant Shrapnel Meta Battler launched today. You can upload this and play with it today. You can potentially win free packs today. And even if you don't have this or any of the Meta Battler collection, anybody can enter with any NFT from Wax, and they're giving away free packs to anyone. There is no
And even if you don't have any NFTs, you can just make a collection, mint a bunch of trash, and use that. There's literally zero barrier to entry, unless I guess the resource cost of minting trash NFTs.
I think also eventually they'll probably have prizes that you have to hold their collection for. But I think because
Yeah.
today's the launch day, they're trying to get as many people in as possible. And then my guess is like once you're hooked to winning free NFTs, then they're gonna put the paywall. So it's like, if you want to keep winning free NFTs, it's the whole
Yeah.
try before you buy situation. I don't know if the free packs is only today or ongoing. They said they have rewards for the next. They said they have rewards for the next 8 weeks, but again, I don't know if those rewards are going to be open to everybody. I believe at some point. This is also just they've never told me this. It's just like it would make sense business wise to paywall those behind buying packs from their game, because then if you want to participate, they make money. So like, they're a business trying to make money. As cool as this product is for free right now, I think they're definitely like trying to hook people on the product before putting a paywall in front of it. That's my guess. I don't know if that's complete speculation, but
Yeah.
we do know for sure they said
also
there's
excited.
8 weeks of rewards. So there will be rewards for 8 weeks. Whether or not those will be for anybody holding any NFT on Wax or people that bought Meta Battler is unclear, but the free packs is not only for today.
Yeah.
Or at least the rewards. I don't know if they're all going to be packs. They could be like individual cards too. I don't know what they've cooked up. Shout out to Mocha for winning. You're going to get a Sergeant Shrapnel. I almost called him Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter a thing? That sounds like a thing.
Right.
I don't know what that's from, or if it's from anything. Not I just made it up and we should turn it into something. I think that sounds like a wrestling thing. Sergeant Slaughter, I don't know. Alright, this is going to Mocha, and then I will send Wolf tokens to do the top 3. You're getting some Wolf, and you're getting a Sergeant Slaughter. Today is your lucky day.
Chain, yes.
And I still need to play some Meta Battler. I haven't played yet since it launched.
Where do you set your avatar? In Meta Battler.
Maybe in like the profile or settings page. I'm not on it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I
what it's
guess
called,
I'll
but
figure it out.
Generally, if you click like your name or your wallet or whatever, there's like
That's
something.
what I thought.
Or account page. I don't know. Might be on the home
My
screen with all the
name.
different pages.
Oh yeah, here it is. Account settings.
All right. So let's go to wax.alcor.exchange. Get the old FTXX wallet. Send you 1,000,000 Wolf.
Nope, I don't see. Not in account settings.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We're at the $1.50 today. Not bad. Second place is Trumar. Trumar will get 500,000. Congratulations. For 75 cents, not bad.
Rock Metal is too tired to grind.
Master AIZ is in third place. You will get 250,000 Wolf. Congratulations. Just worth 38 cents. Not bad. I'm excited to watch more Olympics. I don't know why, like, I don't follow any of the sports in the Olympics outside of the Olympics. I don't know. The Olympics gets me going. Fun seeing, like, this person is the best person in the entire world at anything, really. I think that's just a cool thing to get behind. There's a lot of there's a lot of people in the world. There's billions of people, and out of all of those billions of people, you're seeing the best current living person at that thing, which is like rare for anything. It's super cool.
Yeah, and generally, like, they're putting up like new records every year, so it's probably the best person who's ever done that fucking sport.
I was also saying it's fun to see, like, especially I think it's some of the more obscure competitions. Like, if you're doing like tennis, like we kind of already know, like Wimbledon was a couple weeks ago. That's an international competition where everybody's the best in the world. That's not as big of a deal, but there's like competitions where it's like, I don't think these people, I don't know about ping pong, but like, I don't know if ping pong is popular enough to have large international competitions frequently, but there's some where it's like people are coming from their country. They're like, this is the best person in their country. They're probably used to winning all the fucking time. Like all they do is win. They're the best. That's how they got on the Olympic team. And then they just get fucking
Yeah.
slaughtered. Like, the Hungarian person that's the best person in their country at ping pong is going to play against someone from Asia and just be like, oh shit. Like, it's probably very humbling. And I think that's kind of a cool thing where it's like people don't know how good other people are. And I don't know. The whole thing is just fun.
Yeah. And then you have like the sense of like when your countryman wins, like that's like a victory for you.
Oh, I'm not patriotic at all really until the Olympics, and I'm like fucking.
Yeah.
There's a funny meme for that where someone is like,
USA.
let me see if I can find a best.
I root for
Olympics
Germany
memes.
pretty hard during the Olympics, but like or in the World Cup, I'm pretty much Team Germany on the World Cup too. But normally I don't give a shit.
I was rooting for Poland. Poland lost to fucking Denmark in ping pong last night, and I was pretty bummed about it. I was like, come on, Polish guy.
Oof.
Why are none of these loading? There's one where somebody's talking about like patriotism. They're like, bro Bible. No, that's not. 26 Olympic memes from parade.com. Funny that like, what used to be like pretty important like magazines or like publications now just like have like meme shit posts basically. Meme culture has really made its way into the mainstream.
Yeah. Finished it.
Why are none of these loading? This is weird. Like none of this shit's loading. Let's see. Olympic surfing epic photo. Oh, there we go. It's loading now.
Surfing.
Do you see all the people that got mad about the opening ceremony?
No.
I
What
feel
the
like we're
fuck
going
was
in
there to
off
be
the
mad
rails
about?
now. They like, there's like a guy in drag doing
Oh no.
drag stuff, and then it was like a bunch of people sitting at a table, and they were like, oh, they're fucking parodying the Last Supper, and people were like, this is blasphemy and anti-Christian. I'll never watch the Olympics. Like, you guys are mocking Christianity. And then like someone was posted, it's like, no, this is actually based on a scene from like this Greek shit, which are the people that invented the Olympics. It has nothing to do with Christianity, and y'all are fucking dumb. But classic.
People are getting mad no matter what.
And now people are just mocking Christians. They're like, the guy doing the ring thing. They're like, oh, I hate this guy mocking Christ in gymnastics. So he's doing like,
What's the ring thing?
you hold yourself up in the rings during gymnastics,
Oh,
but it puts you in a T pose. So they're like,
that's
fucking
pretty
Olympics
funny.
mocking Christians again, but like they're making fun of the Christians. I don't know.
Yeah, that's,
I'm getting
that's
into
good
the.
too.
I'm getting
Classic.
into the. See if I can find epic surfing Olympics photo. There's a crazy photo from surfing. This one. The guy's just like, check this out. Do you see this?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Damn.
people thought it was AI or Photoshop, but this is like an actual picture of a guy who just looks like he's flying. But I think this was after his run. He was celebrating. Like, I think this is like he fell off the wave, but he'd like just done some epic shit. Like, hell yeah. But like the way it was taken is just like, I don't know. This is an insanely cool photo.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Nailed it. It almost looks like he's standing on like that like little light underneath
Yeah.
his feet.
It looks like it's Photoshop. He's standing up so straight.
Yeah.
Looks like he's standing on a beach, and someone just like cut him out and like put that over the ocean. It's like, no, that actually happened, which is crazy.
Did he win the gold?
I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. I only saw the photo. Continue without supporting us. Screw you. I got ad blocker on. There's a photo of Brazilian
I like
surfer Gabriel Medina has captivated the internet after the 30-year-old Olympian appeared to defy gravity during the surfing competition Monday at the 2024 Games in Tahiti. That's right. So I was saying, like, it's not even in France, which is weird. It's in Tahiti. It said, while competing against Japan's Kanoa Igarashi, Medina posted a close to perfect score of 9.90, which is the highest scoring wave in the history of the games. So yeah, he knew he just fucking he knew he just killed it, so he's celebrating after that. He's like, I just friggin'
He's like, my people need me, and he's flying off to his own home planet.
let me see. We're going a little off the rails at the end of this tech, but I've just been so excited about the Olympics. I'm sure I'll have more stuff to share tomorrow, but I posted a couple. This one's a good one. This one's been popping up in a bunch of different forums. It says Olympic athlete makes one tiny mistake, me pathetic, and it shows George Costanza from Seinfeld with chips all over his shirt, like drinking a beer. Just like totally how it is when you're like watching people who are literally the best in the world. Like I was watching the skateboarders and a guy kick flipped and didn't land and fell. I'm like, what a fucking loser, dude. You just blew it. But it's like those guys are so much better than I'll ever be at anything, and it's easy to get into that. Oh, this one's pretty good too.
You
There's a guy trying to
15 Southeast Asian.
I don't know if we can play the audio. It might get flagged, but I'm gonna make it little because I'm afraid we'll get flagged around off the rails day. This guy like tried to do a dive. Backflop. That was not timed correctly.
Good thing
here's
you get
another-
like 3 attempts. I think you get 3 attempts, and it's like the best score out of the 3, right?
Yeah, it's how skateboarding is too. Still embarrassing to backflop in the middle of the Olympics.
I feel like it'd be funny to do it like intentionally, like your very first try, you just don't even try and just biff it intentionally, just to be like, yeah, I'm so confident my next one's gonna
I
kill
think
it.
the third one is when you should do that. Once you already have a good score. I like this
Okay.
one. This is one that a bunch of people have been saying, and they're like, if you look closely, you can see that the Olympics is actually set in the same cinematic universe as Ratatouille. Ratatouille's in France. There's been a bunch of people like playing with this. They're like every 10 minutes I like to remind my boyfriend that Ratatouille was in the same city as the Olympics. So like I don't know why that's makes me laugh, and a bunch of people have been going on it, but
People love Ratatouille, I guess.
wonder if I can find shit.
That
What
was
was
a
the
good
one?
movie.
What was the one I was talking about before this?
Like a event or movie?
This an Olympic meme that I was gonna look up, and now I forgot it because I was supposed to those other ones. These blowing smoke rings that form into the Olympic rings. The Snoop Dogg thing, Olympic band. Oh yeah, that was a joke everybody made. Is a Snoop Dogg held the Olympic torch, and everybody's like, oh, it's just like him lighting a big blunt or a big joint. Funny because I heard part of Paul's writing session. Paul does like news jokes, and they both of them pitched basically the same joke for that. And then I saw it 900 times on Twitter after that. Like the hive mind. I was like,
I always love that in like late night, because it's like everyone's doing jokes on the same news, so it's always fun to see like what everybody's joke is on the like same topic, because there's a pretty remarkable like no one's telling the exact same joke. Everyone has like a slightly different version of it, which is fun.
I feel like the really creative people. That's when you tell they really kill is when people just go like someone like. I feel like Anthony Jeselnik is like the type of person where like even if you think you know what's coming, he's always going to go a completely different route. Like he's very good at like not having the same angle as other people, and that's what separates the like best stand-ups from the people that are like, yeah, like lots of people can tell good jokes, but the people that have super unique perspectives are the people that like end up being the fucking goats.
Yeah.
And some jokes also kind of write themselves, like that one. Like, yeah, Snoop Dogg holding a torch. I wonder what Snoop Dogg does with torches most of the time. Smoke weed, obviously. But I'm trying to rack
Hold
my
on.
brain.
I'm trying to catch up. What is Quadrell and Rock Metal talking about? 3 days without sleep is the only thing I saw. Hold on, I'm gonna catch up back here. Okay. Quad's over here being cliffhanger master, he says.
The first thing he
But
says,
that
I'm not gonna
says-
lie, I'm proud to say I was one of the witnesses for the official world record for longest session playing an MMORPG. Amazing to see.
Okay.
Things like that.
How much of the session did you watch though, or did you just tune in at the end to steal all the glory of being there? Let's see. Let me finish reading it. He says, no sleep, non-sleep. Okay. With, oh my gosh. That's pretty ridiculous. He says his official witness was doing shifts. Okay, so you had to watch the whole thing. The official witness. One of the witnesses, let's say, so needed to sign documents, blah blah blah. Oh shit. So there was like, is it not enough to just live stream that you're doing it? It's like, I mean,
I think for like Guinness Book of
I
World
guess
Records, you always have to have a
you have to
Guinness
have like
judge
a
there.
representative. Let's see. Let's see. Not the whole time. He was there. There was 4-hour shifts. Okay. So I need to sign documents. Yeah. Need to have 2 witnesses at any given time. Oh my. Very official. Damn. And I imagine they did succeed in breaking the record, right? I didn't see the start of the story, but I think so. Let's see.
Here, I'll
And
pull
well, he
this up
actually
though.
got 2 records. Quadrell says he actually got 2 records. What was it? Longest. The record is longest single session playing an MMO. 79 hours and 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. How are you doing that without drugs?
Here's the one I was talking about earlier. So sick of Olympics mocking our Christian faith when it's a guy just doing the gymnastics.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I pictured too when you described it.
This is the one that I was saying, like, same joke Paul had, where he's like, fixed it, where Snoop Dogg is holding the torch. They like photoshopped it to a giant joint, but here's the Photoshop version, and here's the original. Is like Snoop Dogg's been at like every event too. He's at the skateboarding event. He was at the tennis event. Like every event I've watched, Snoop Dogg's like he's just bouncing from like anytime USA is competing, he's everywhere. It's pretty cool. Here's another one in Paris. The first supporters are already in place, and it's just a bunch of rats. Somebody said Team USA's uniforms make them look like bullies from a very expensive private school, which is accurate.
79-year-old without drugs, not that hard if rest well beforehand and eat, hydrate. Maybe, I don't know.
Here's the Ratatouille
79
one.
hours and 30 minutes awake?
People have been awake for longer than that. Maybe not playing MMORPGs.
Yeah, but that's like an emergency like situation, I feel like.
I wonder how bad you get towards the end of that. Like, there's no way you're playing well.
Yeah. So that's why he gave up. He's like, it's too. I'm just doing poorly now.
I like this one too, number 16. Who do you think is cooking for all the athletes? And then that's a reply to something saying, what did Paris do with all the rats? I guess there's some sort of rat problem in Paris, and they're just like, another Ratatouille joke.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I do want to watch. Celine Dion did like an opening ceremony. People are saying it was pretty incredible. I'm probably going to watch that at some point. Still trying to find the one. This is like
hours.
This one says, not sure why the Olympics has an Assassin's Creed torchbearer, but I dig it. And that guy does look like he's from Assassin's Creed. The opening ceremonies apparently was wild. Like, I should watch that at some point.
I didn't watch it. Yeah, I didn't watch it. So the last one I saw was the Beijing games, and that was pretty intense.
This one's pretty good too. In Paris, he actually goes by Le LeBron. LeBron James. This is the thing that I got upset about. There's like this guy in blue when he had some like flower stuff around him on like a big table, and they thought this was mocking the Last Supper.
What? I guess I haven't seen the picture of the Last Supper that people are referring to. This makes me think of maybe like an Indian
Let me see if I
or
can see
Eastern
Last
deity or
Supper
god.
Olympics. Let's see if I can find.
Maybe like a Hindi deity or something is what that makes me think, not like Christian.
It's because this was like part of it. I don't know if you see this. It's someone like with a DJ set, but I don't know. It's still a stretch. Like the fact that you'd immediately see this and be like, they're making fun of Christianity. It's like, what?
That's wild.
There's a
That's
bunch of
just
people
like,
in
yo, so
drag.
can we just not be on one side of a table? And he came out of like a little like serving tray. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I need to
Says
watch
the
this.
interpretation of the Greek god Dionysus makes us aware of the absurdity of violence between human beings. The
There you go.
message of that,
That's
not
kind of what I thought, like an Eastern god. I don't know if Greek counts as Eastern though. Ancient Greek.
I want to see if I can find. I saw a picture that they said that it was actually based on, and it was like an old painting of Greek people running around a table. Which that would make more sense to me since the Olympics is made by Greek people. It's just crazy that like that you see that, and that's the first thing you think is their. I don't know. That was all over my Facebook, and of course, things that create controversy blow up on Facebook. Yeah, they said this was what it was inspired by.
Hmm.
Is honestly, I mean, I'm biased, but even if they were mocking Christianity, who gives a fuck? Like, take a joke. But they said this is what it was inspired by, which is a bunch of Greek people partying around a table.
That checks out, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really look like either of those paintings to me.
That's also not Jesus, so you know, other people have
Yeah.
eaten at a table in paintings in the past.
Yeah. I feel like both are a stretch, and if you want to be offended, you can be offended at anything. So first gold medal.
Still haven't found the one. There's one where like they're talking about patriotism. They're like every other day of the year, I don't care, and then I think it was on a different. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back. I'm gonna have to watch this opening ceremony. It looks wild just based on the photo.
Yeah, that dude, that straight up looks like the what's his face from Assassin's Creed.
I like this one too. Me if as a judge at the Olympics, just holding up a sign that says "hot." I was talking about that earlier. Where like all of the athletes are so shredded and so beautiful, like young, beautiful people. That's why like it stood out when the ping pong players weren't just like super crazy in shape and good looking. I was like, this is way different than everything else. I also like this one. Me high as shit at 2 a.m. watching fencing Olympics. This is totally me because I've been staying up all night, just like not high as shit, but like watching shit that I have no business watching, just being like, oh man, I really care who wins this, even though I don't.
Right.
Poland playing fucking table tennis.
I feel like part of what like the appeal for me for the Olympics is that like I get the teams like without knowing the sport because the teams are always just countries. You know, if once it's like Poland versus France, it's like, oh cool, like I don't have to know like, you know, the Tigers versus the Cubs or whatever. Like I don't know, it immediately registers with me more because it's like countries and I like that. It's also what I like about the World Cup.
Yeah. It's been, I don't know, I've been having a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah. Rock metal, that doesn't sound healthy to me. People who just like pull all-nighters on accident. You gotta like take some sleeping pills and force yourself to go to sleep. I feel like if that happens, like you just like losing nights. That sounds like a proper insomnia.
I like this one too. Me patriotic as fuck trying to learn the rules of badminton, archery, and handball at 3 a.m. during the Olympics. Just some guy staring at a bunch of wires. I don't know what this original photo is, but that is me watching a bunch of sports I don't ever watch or totally know the rules of because I'm staying up all night watching the Olympics. Like, I don't know.
There are sports though that like I kind of get into the rules of like like curling. Like I know a lot of the rules about curling because of the Olympics.
That one I
Yeah.
watch all the time. Not curling. Is that the one curling? What's the one where they're on the ice and they're like brushing the?
Yeah, curling, where they like sweep in front of the rock.
I've watched that a
and you have
bunch,
to,
and every time I have to relook up the rules because that game makes no sense to me.
yeah, it's like it has so many weird rules, and like I know way more of them than I should, just because it's weirdly fun to watch. It just looks so elegant the way they like slide along with the rock as they're like throwing it, and then they kind of like push it forward, like guide it along.
Okay, this was the one I was looking for. That I thought was like speaks to my patriotism. Memes are so great. Like people know how I'm feeling about stuff and are
Oh, you
able to do
found
it
it?
in a funny way. It says, "Me, the U.S. sucks. I hate it here." Beyonce introducing Team USA. Me, and it shows a person like in a fucking, like ROTC thing. That's me. I'm like every other day of the year. I'm like, yeah, the U.S. is kind of trash. Politics suck. Like not patriotic
Yeah.
at all. And then like the second the Olympics start, I'm like, let's fucking go, America. We're the best.
Yeah, it's like let's go.
I don't know. I stand by that
That's too
too.
funny.
I might not like our government and like all the decisions they make, but I do think America has. I'm definitely biased, but the best fucking people. America rocks. Also feel like I don't know. Like America is descendants of fucking lunatics. Like everybody that came to America was like someone that was like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave behind my country, all of my family, everyone I know." Especially if your family came back here long enough, like before planes and shit. Like I'm gonna go on a boat and fucking like risk dying to go to a land I don't fucking know anything about, just because life might be better there. And like the mindset it takes to do that, I think, is a little fucking crazy. Like I think America is founded and like bred by cowboys and fucking risk takers, and I feel like that's actually part of the American spirit and pretty fucking cool. Like we're a country full of risk takers. All of our ancestors are risk takers and like people that were willing to like give up comfort or to either chase dreams or like do whatever. So I don't know. I feel like that's pretty cool. Not all countries can necessarily say that. Like I feel like a lot of countries are a lot older than America and people just live there forever. America's a pretty new country. That's my
That's
my
true.
patriotic speech of the day. Like that's what I like about America.
Like, and the rockets red glare.
I think our fucking national anthem is whack. That shit is not good.
It's whack as shit. The German one's more fun. I like that one. Like,
Here's another one that's
Einigkeit und Recht
touching on
und
patriotism.
Freiheit. Yeah.
It says,
I
"Me,
like,
me as soon as Simone Biles and Suni Lee touch that mat." And I believe that's the American gymnastics team. The guy,
yeah. I feel like,
America do-rag,
I feel like,
America jacket.
yeah, that's me. The second the Olympics are on, like, yeah, America, Team USA.
I don't know. I'm also
I feel like,
I root for Poland. I'm German too, so like depends on who's playing who. If it goes between like
Yeah.
America and Germany, I'm America. But like if Germany's playing anybody else, I like Germany. My main ancestry is British, German, Polish. So like I'll root for all those teams. Besides, I've also been kind of rooting for Canada because I'm watching the CNBC or the CBC, like their channel, so they're featuring a lot of Canadians, and I'm like, it's close enough to America. We can adopt Canadians for our patriotism.
Yeah. I feel like America is probably like the best country in the world to live in if you're rich. And then it
That's
gets
true.
kind of worse the like less money you have. America fucking hates working class people, and like there's very little like laws and protections that like keep people from like slipping and staying in poverty cycles compared to like other like European countries.
I mean, even
I'd
Canada has
wi-
like universal health care and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But you can go so far in America with like money and like so far around paying taxes and like run the entire world from here because America's main business is like banking. And so like I feel like America is the best country in the world for rich people.
America's also
And,
like a melting pot of cultures. Like for food and shit,
That's
like
pretty
you get every type of food done really well. Like whereas like other countries have very specific genres of food they do well. But if you go to like New York or LA or like the big major cities in America, like I don't know, there's people from everywhere there, and I feel like that's underappreciated. Like we kind of just take that for granted, having lived in like Seattle has a lot of Japanese people, and like
Yeah,
the whole teriyaki thing there, where we're like, yeah, we just grew up with that, so that's what it
that's
is. But
true.
like,
A lot of big cities in like parts of the world that I've visited also are pretty like multicultural these days. Although not quite as much as America. America's still like you have such a multicultural like almost every city has like a Chinatown and a like different like districts and stuff, and it feels really cool that you can like go from block to block and like literally go from like different architecture and food cultures, especially in LA. LA is crazy
I
multicultural.
guess I've been going based on just like people on the internet, but people always say like the UK is pretty shitty food. People are like fish and chips is good, but like and Indian food is really good in the UK, but like everybody says
Yeah.
UK food is like pretty bland and bad. I've also heard like Scandinavian the right word,
Yeah.
like it's like Sweden, like Finland, like those countries. Like
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast where like Anders from Workaholics, he's I think Norwegian, like he's Holmsvik, wherever that last name is from, is his real last name. And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I went to the home country, and he's like, it was my first time there, and he's like, gotta say, the food fucking sucks. He's like, I know I should like it and be talking it up because it's my home countries, but he's like, I didn't realize how bad the food is there. Like, he's like, they have good food, like when you eat at the restaurants that aren't. But he's like, whenever I was like, hey, try this traditional dish, he's like, this shit sucks. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's fun.
Random King says, one of my favorite jokes from Anthony Jeselnik was about him telling his girlfriend he wants to have a threesome with this girl from work and her friend. The other is about his neighbor that had Alzheimer's. He found out his wife died, and he would smile. I feel like Jeselnik always has the fucking... Like, I think he might be the best joke writer. Like, the GOAT
He does a
joke
lot of
writer.
that, like where he subverts the expectation really well. I think where he'll like do a setup and you kind of feel like you know it's gonna come, and then it just like goes way in another direction. I really like that kind of format that he has.
Yeah, but also just, like, his tone. And, like, he doesn't do act outs. He doesn't do accents. Like, as far as, like, it's 100% joke writing. Like, I guess
Yeah.
like the way he delivers it, where he has pauses in the right spot, is like a kind of
Yeah.
good timing. But like, if you read his jokes on paper, they're like fucking like, joke book jokes where like anybody could read that and it's funny as long as you know where to pause. But like, they're just good written
Yeah.
or delivered. Whereas I feel like, some people are such captivating performers. Like Dane Cook's comedy, if somebody else tried to do some of Dane Cook's jokes, it would just bomb. Like he did one where he's like, he would do like the noises of the alien from Aliens, and he was like did all that shit. Where it's like the joke is in his performance of it, not necessarily like just the
Yeah.
words, but just the writing. Like you can read Anthony Jeselnik jokes and laugh at them. It doesn't even need to be performed. That's why I think he's like he could write fucking like knock knock jokes, or like what are those, like it's like the fortune
Yeah.
cookie version of jokes where you just have like the pop stick jokes, like popsicle stick
Yeah,
jokes. Like I feel like his jokes
yeah,
are at that
happy
level,
jokes,
which
yeah.
like a lot of people are also storytellers where they're like they tell really long stories. He doesn't do that. It's just like set up punch,
Yeah.
set up punch, and I feel like that's pretty rare to be in like an hour long special. Like every fucking joke
Yeah.
hits. Like it's I don't know. I think he's one of the
It's
best
like
joke writers.
Mitch Hedberg does that too, where he's
Yeah.
like he's just telling jokes. He doesn't like it's like one-liners. Yeah.
It's hard when they're
really
that
fucking-
short because you have to put like
Yeah.
when you listen to like Burt Kreischer, like 40 minutes out of his hour-long special is him telling the machine story. It's like just one fucking story, and the laughs per
Yeah.
minute is not where it is for Anthony Jeselnik. Like
No.
it'll be like a full like 2-minute thing where it's just filling in details and not necessarily jokes. But like, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's still good. It like builds. It's just a different format, and I feel like
I like both.
personally. I like the laughs per minute better in like in the short form comedy stuff, where it's just like joke. I feel like that works better for the younger generations too.
I
just because it's
love
so
storytelling. That's like one of the reasons why stand-up's one of my favorite like art forms. But I do just respect Anthony Jeselnik for being so good at the other. Like there, and I feel like it's rarer to find. Like there's lots of pretty good storytellers. It's pretty rare to find people that are like, oh shit, like every joke is fucking nailing it, and it's just an hour full of fucking like probably have like 60 jokes at least in that hour, and everyone is landing. It's like that's That's why he only puts out a
Yeah.
special like once every 3 or 4 years. Jeselnik doesn't release them very often.
Oh
but
yeah.
he kills it.
I'm sure you gotta like workshop that shit for like a year or two before you have an hour worth of one-liners.
All right, let's do this giveaway. Like somebody's saying something about food. That apply to UK cuisine though. Any foreign cuisine is great in the UK. That's sort of what I heard about like the Scandinavian countries.
There's a lot
They're
of-
like,
there's
yeah,
a
I went to
lot-
like
like,
an Italian restaurant and it was good, but then like the actual like native
Yeah.
food is just not great.
That was kind of my point though, is like I feel like any major city you go to is gonna have all those options. Like anywhere I've been to in the world, in a major city, you could go get, you know, any kind of like cuisine. Like in the UK, in Europe, anywhere I've been, like in Mexico, all those places, like they'll have, you know, like, oh, you want to get Chinese food, like you can get that in all of those places
You
if
could
you're in like a major city.
probably say the same thing about the US, but like the thing I'd argue about the US is not that our like native food is bad tasting. It's more that it's just horrible for you. Like if you do like American invented
Mhm.
dishes, it's like fucking burgers and hot dogs and like I don't know, fucking like weird casseroles. Like I
burger.
think like all the white trash casseroles are pretty American, where people are fucking crunching Cheeto dust on the top of fucking like those are kind of abominations, but like flavor wise, I feel like they're there. They'll just clog your arteries and kill you by the time you're 40. But like I feel like American food at least baseline tastes pretty good. But I think some European people don't like how processed our food is. So like people might
Yeah.
argue our shit tastes bad too. But I'm biased. I'm from America, but
U.S.
love
food
that
is
shit.
sugar with flavoring. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that too. But like
We have a
it
lot
still
of
tastes
sugar.
good.
Not even
like,
sugar. It's not even fucking sugar. It's high
Corn
fructose
syrup.
corn syrup. Yeah.
All right, let's do this giveaway.
It's terrible.
I don't know. I'm biased, but I think American like also American food like there's not a lot of like uniquely American dishes because we are a melting pot. So I feel like most of our shit is inherited from other cultures or like modified from other cultures. But
Yeah. Sugar would be better than what we have here, the high fructose corn syrup. It's why Coke tastes better in Europe and in Mexico, is because they don't even allow them to use high fructose corn syrup in their fucking soda. So it's like cane sugar instead, which is just tastier, in my opinion. I guess some people like the corn syrup version better.
I've heard there's like stuff manufactured in the U.S. where they have to manufacture different ones to ship to Europe because like the shit that they sell in the U.S. does not pass the
Yeah.
like they like literally can't put on the shelves in the Europe. Which is like, why don't you make the stuff in the U.S. also under like you're making the same shit in the same factory? Like
Yeah.
two different sides are like, let's give the shittier stuff to our country instead of the good stuff. It's like, why don't you stop killing our
There's a
people?
lot of food dyes that aren't allowed in Germany. So like a lot of like gummy candies and stuff wouldn't like be legal to sell in Germany. And when I grew up, like I'd want to get like gummies at the grocery store, and my mom wouldn't let us buy that stuff. She's like, "This is poison." You
I
know,
don't-
it's like
I don't get that though. Like, I don't need my Mountain Dew to be fucking neon yellow and red. Like, I'm fine without the dyes in them. Like, I just want the taste. So the fact that they like put all that
And you can achieve
cancerous
it.
shit in there.
you can achieve it. You can achieve it without that shit. Like the German candies are colorful too. They're just not full of that like red
I don't
40
need
or
the
whatever
colors.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. Let's see. Ivanov won. Ivanov, we will send you an NFT and some woof. Let's see. What is Machiavellic?
I was never allowed to eat that stuff growing up, but we always had like Haribo and like German candies. And those were really good. And then honestly, once I did try some of the American candy like gummies, it's not as good. Like they taste way better with the whatever they're not allowed to use, like isn't making them
I
taste
feel
better.
I don't know. I'm biased, but I feel like not all the German candies are better as far as like I feel like sour
Yeah, I
gummy
mean, I'm-
worms. I feel like
yeah.
is better than those fucking like mouse things you always get. 'Cause mouse things are okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say if you compare German sour gummy worms to American ones, though, the German ones are better.
I don't think I've ever tried German sour gummy worms. There's
Oh,
other
we'll
shit
have to-
like
we'll have to
I
do a
don't know,
taste test.
Sour Patch Kids. I also think are like fucking better than most of the German candies you've brought over. But again, I don't know if they have a German version of that. You gotta start bringing over better
Yeah, I
German
don't know.
candies. Why are you always getting those fucking weird marshmallow mouse mice?
Oh yeah. Oh, my mom hated that when like the candy would stain the color of your tongue, Quadrell. And then like in America, they had some candies that like lean into that shit too, where it was like, oh, this is like a candy paintbrush that you paint your tongue blue with, you know? My mom was like, absolutely not. It was I mean, obviously I wanted it, but yeah, that was a no-fly thing at my household.
I feel like sometimes ices do that, like Slurpees.
Oh, the spark. Have you seen that lifesaver shit where like if you bite down on that, like, oh, it like makes a spark? I hear people swear that it does, and I've like watched people that swear they can do it, and I just can't see it. I mean, I believe it's real, but
Wait,
I
what are you
don't.
saying?
I haven't
Somebody's
seen it.
putting a fucking like
A
lozenge in their
lifesaver,
mouth,
like, yeah, those little like circular hard
and they're
candies
making
are like a little
like
loop.
a fire spark.
Yeah, if you bite down on it like in your mouth as it like breaks, because of the energy of it like breaking causes like a visual spark. Like you
That's
can
not
see it
real.
like flash. I mean, people swear, but I've just never seen it in real life. But I've been with people who have like
What if it's
demonstrated it, and the other people looking were apparently saw it. So like, I don't know.
that's
I'm
not
aware
real.
of this phenomenon, but I haven't seen it.
So I have enough. I sent 1 million. Chucky,
I
right?
honestly,
One second.
I feel like
Chucky,
the
you're
science.
getting 500,000.
I feel like the science checks out. Like
I don't think it does. Do you know how
that it.
hard it is to start a fire? Even with like I watch survival shows, like people like hitting rocks together. It takes them like 8 hours to start a fire. You think you're starting a spark with a fucking lifesaver in your mouth?
Oh,
Out of your
I don't
mind.
think it's like a spark that's like flying out and then like can catch an ember. It's more like it's a quick flash, like a static shock more than like a
Yeah,
lit spark.
I still don't think it's real. Add it to
Only
Off the
the
Rails.
winter
If somebody
green
has a
flavor.
video proving me wrong, add that shit to
I
Off
don't
the
know,
Rails.
Penny
We will
Bag.
watch it tomorrow.
That's where you're losing me now. When it's like, oh, only a specific flavor. Like, nah, dude, fuck off. Like either it works or it doesn't. There's no way it's like you're not using the right flavor. Now you're just trying to sell the
I've
flavor
eaten
that
a
you have
lot of
too much
hard candy in my day, chewed on a lot of hard candy. Never have I gotten anything close to a shock in my mouth from it. Like that's
I don't think
nonsense.
you would feel it. It's just like a vision. I don't know. I feel like it. I feel like I looked into it once because I was like a bunch of people were swearing by it, and when I looked into it, I think for some reason or another, I was relatively like satisfied with the explanation. Where I was like, okay, it's plausible that people are actually able to do this. I just haven't seen it, but I might just have gotten fleeced. I don't know. Who knows? I've definitely heard of this before, though.
I don't believe it. Put it in Off the Rails if you have evidence otherwise. But
Right? Yeah. A video where it didn't fucking happen. And even then, we'll call it fake.
when you break the lifesaver apart, you're breaking apart the sugars inside the candy. The sugars release little electrical charges in the air.
Give me a hell yeah!
These charges attract
See, I'm buying
oppositely
this.
charged.
I'm buying it.
It sounds like a lot of words to just tell a fib.
I'm buying it. That he's saying it with such confidence. I believe it.
There's a video. Post it. We'll watch. I
That-
guess we can watch it today if somebody posts it.
That and the fact that I've just heard multiple accounts of this and like seen people in person trying to show me. I'm buying it.
I guess I'll just YouTube it. We can watch it again tomorrow.
I
but
think
we're so off the rails today.
I'm buying it, Walter. I
don't
believe.
it.
I'm buying what you're selling.
I can show off that before we end our stream. I kind of want to show off the new game I've been playing, Lifesaver Shock. Yeah, it's people like saving people's lives. What am I googling? Spark in the dark?
Like maybe spark when bit or something.
Crushing the lifesavers with pliers, hoping for a spark.
Okay, let's see. Show me the spark, baby. I believe it.
Oh,
Was that? Did we get one?
is that little blue on the screen?
No, is it?
That's the spark. I don't know.
Play that. Let's see. Play this again. Uh-huh.
I don't even know if I
Okay.
call that a spark. Also, you fucking hit pliers against each other hard enough, it'll probably spark. How do we even know that's the
Hey, it's me,
lightsaber?
Destin, from the educational YouTube channel called Smarter Every Day. This is my second channel. Odds are you're not subscribed to it. I hope
This
to earn
guy's
that by the
explaining
end
the
of this
science
video,
of it,
but I want
right?
to show you
He's
something.
like, yo, it works.
I do
And here's
experiments
why.
on
He's
Smarter
probably
Every
saying
Day.
the sugar crystal thing that Walter said.
Again, though, I feel like if you smash, like if you took the lightsaber out and just smash metal against metal, like that is might create a fucking spark.
Oh, that's...
Oh, okay, I saw it.
oh, but it's in the lightsaber. Yeah, a lifesaver. Okay, I feel like that counts as a spark. I don't know if I'd ever. It's like, let's see.
You think that happens when you chew it, though?
I mean, I've heard people swear they've seen it in their mouth, and I feel like you can put a pretty good amount of force into a bite. You probably could.
This is gosh.
It's definitely sparking.
Okay,
Oh damn!
maybe I'm wrong. It could be CGI. I don't know. Everything on the internet's fake. I'm flat earthing this one. I'm not gonna take any example
heard-
as real.
Okay, I will give them this though. I haven't seen anyone do it in their fucking with their teeth, just biting it. I will say, sure, it'll spark if you like annihilate it with like a industrial equipment.
Sledgehammer.
Yes. Yeah. Then okay, but are you doing that in your mouth? I'm still not convinced. It's plausible. I'll say it's plausible.
Yeah,
Not myth.
I'm less
myth not bust-
skeptical, but I'm still skeptical that's happening in your mouth. But I guess it could. I don't know, like, how fucking hard are you chewing on it?
Right? It's like how
Are you
angry
chipping
are
your
you?
tooth while you're biting it? Then maybe, but like,
Also, I don't fucking chew those, so that would never even happen to me. I would just be like sucking it until it's basically too tiny to just like starts to crumble. So, how often do you watch someone? Yeah, exactly. I wonder who the first person is that discovered that. They're just like eating those in pitch darkness, like staring in a mirror with their mouth open, crunching down on lifesavers.
like, hey, check this out.
He's like, come under the sheets with me. I'll show you this.
Penny Bags posted one. Let's see if if it's in someone's mouth. No, this is the same thing we just watched. That's funny.
No,
You posted
yeah.
the thing. I found that on my own, but you posted the exact same thing.
It did spark, though. I'm giving the plausibility stamp.
All right,
If
let's
the
type
li- if
Wintergreen
the-
Lifesaver Mouth Spark and see if we get anything. We're getting to the bottom of this. This is important. Wintergreen Lifesavers Spark Mouth. Let's add mouth. Oh shit! March by
Mouth.
Time released a new song. I'm gonna have to watch. Yeah, there's Pliers.
That's not mouth.
This looks like it's about to be a troll, but I'm gonna fall for it.
Hi. Did you know that if you eat one of these breath savers, it will create a
Okay.
spark?
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
This one has 70,000 views by Glozell Green.
Hello. Hi. My name is Glozell, and I got some mints today.
It
Wintergreen
says
is
funny. I don't want funny. I want science. Okay, this person has 260k views. Let's see. Oh god, we can't play this music. All right, we're gonna have to say this for off the rails. We're getting into too dangerous territory for re-uploading videos.
It's getting deep. It's getting deep. Oh fuck! I wasn't at my computer. I need to be buying more of this OVN. It's dipping.
Before we
Buying
end
the
the
dip.
stream, I want to show off. I've been playing this new. There's like 3 Illuvium games inside the Illuviverse.
Oh yeah.
And this one's been pretty fun. It's like a sort of like Our Planet, I guess. It's Our Planet, but there's no PvP.
Oh really?
Like you're just building your base and grinding resources, which is a lot less stressful than coming back to like you're being fucking raided every 6 seconds. So check this out, y'all.
Yeah.
We can look into, if somebody reminds me tomorrow, we'll look into more of those Mint videos, but we're getting into copyrighted music and stuff. I got 2 mints though, so I feel like that's double the chances it was gonna spark.
It's
I
true.
got a new friggin' I bought a new game last night for the first time in a long time called Wild Card Football on Epic Games. I've been watching it for a while. I wanted to play it when it came out, but it was 50% off last night. Actually 50% off until tomorrow, but it's like an arcade football game. I've been, since STG football shut down. I don't know if I've talked about that on stream, but STG seems like it's at this point rug pulled. People are talking about suing them in their
really?
Discord. Nobody's replying to it. People, I don't know. Like, I think it's okay for stuff to fail. Like, it makes sense that it failed.
Yeah.
But like, the thing that's fucked up about it is they did like 2 months ago, like a few weeks before the rug pull, they did an event where they're like, we'll give you rewards for whoever does the most like buying and selling on the aftermarket. And it's like, if you knew your game was about to go out of business, like, why did you encourage your community to spend as much money as possible on the aftermarket just to fucking pull the plug? Like, that shitty. Like, they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But
That is
I also
pretty
have
much.
I have theories for what I think happened too. I think what happened is they got approved for Xbox. The Microsoft actually approved them to get the game on Xbox, which was huge news. But I think their license for NFLPA for the players was for PC. So I think they got approved to make a computer game. If you want to make an Xbox game, that's a different agreement with the NFLPA. So I think they were like, hey, like, we got it approved. Can we get the NFLPA license for that? And I think the NFLPA is like, your game's fucking tanking, and that makes us look bad. So like, no, you can't release this shit on console. And I think that just killed the entire thing. That's my speculation. They haven't made any announcements. All we know is the people that were communicating to us all got fired. They were like, we were all let go. They told us in a channel outside of that server, because I'm in like 5 sub discords for that game, and they're like, hey, like, just to let you know, we've been let go, and like, the team's still trying to fix stuff. But like, that was like 3 months ago they said that, and nobody's made an announcement in their Discord in like 4 or 5 months. People are tagging the founders constantly, and they're just not replying to anything. So it's not looking good. And that's my speculation, is that because they got approved by Microsoft, so it's like, why wouldn't they release the game if they literally paid all the money to code it and make it work for Microsoft? It worked well enough that Microsoft approved it. Like, why wouldn't you release it? That just, you wasted a ton of money if you didn't release it, and that would have made the money because they were microtransactions that were released on console. So my theory is that they said they were waiting on the NFLPA approval, and I think NFLPA was like, nah, or like pay us hundreds of thousands of dollars that they don't have. That's the other thing that could happen. But it's a bummer because I
Yeah.
like that game. I put like 300 or 400 hours into it, which is more than I can say for almost any other Web3 game. Popping up. Where is the game? Give me a second. Edit the source. Luvium 0. You see it? Can you see it?
Let's see. Yes, Luvium 0.
So this is
Loading.
Luvium 0.
Oh, there it
Negative
is.
Base. All these green things mean these are ready to harvest, so like...
Is this on
harvest.
mobile too, or is this on PC?
Yes, this is also on mobile. It's on the Epic Game Store, or you can just get it on Google. Yeah, that's my base.
Does it tie into your overworld stuff at all?
Yeah, these 3, Krypton, Hyperion, and Solon, are those currencies that it costs one of these to travel to the higher tier overworld thing. So like, if I want to go to a tier 1 world, it costs 150 Solon, I think. So, and the part that I think I misunderstood is I thought anybody could grind these and I could just transfer this to my game, but I believe you have to own land to do that. So we will see. But
That's
even
cool.
landowners right now can't do it. So like, the system hasn't been set up to transfer. But Quadrell's telling me they're still like, you're like earning points towards like play to airdrop. They might airdrop Illuvium tokens to you for doing this. So I'm still grinding, and I'm also kind of like hoping one day either more land goes on sale for cheaper and I'll just have really badass stuff by then, or that they maybe allow free to play people to have some sort of smaller amount to transfer over. So, but I don't know. I kind of like this style game. I also kind of fucked up. I shouldn't have. These are
Yeah.
auto. these activities are auto doing, and I wanted to upgrade one of these things, but now it's kind of fucked. So I'm gonna turn off the auto repeat for my mine. Which one do I have more of? I have the most of this one, so I'm gonna, for carbon, I want to upgrade my carbon mine. So I will go to production. What is that? It's the one with the fucking rotator belt. And that off repeat, so in 13 minutes I can upgrade it. And then for this one, I want to start mining again because I just upgraded it. Turn on that pump, turn it on repeat. It'll make me 74k of these every hour. And then you use those in these machines to make the fuels that you can potentially at some point transfer over to the other game. And that costs 50k to make 3 fuel. And if I upgrade these, it gets more effective. That takes 2 hours for 3. It's not super effective, but cranking them out. And then you also use these to upgrade the buildings. So like, what should I upgrade? Maybe I'll upgrade my silo because I have a higher one here. I go to upgrade here. Costs 53k of this, but it gives me 100k more storage for hydrogen. So I'll do that.
Where did you get the 53k? Is that just something you can mine in the game too, right?
Yeah, I have these 3 miners. There's 3 of the base resources. These are not blockchain related. These are in-game tokens. And that's
okay.
the Hyperion extractor, the sediment excavator, and the hydrogen pump. And that makes these 3. These are the base. And those you can either spend those to create these 3 currencies, or they are used to upgrade everything. And sort of like your Nexus controls everything. So my Nexus is level 5. Once you get a level 5 Nexus, I can upgrade the engineering workshop to level 5, and then all of these buildings can be upgraded to level 5, and they're all level 4 right now. So you kind of do one at a time, and then once I get these all to level 5, I'll need to upgrade my Nexus to level 6, this to level 6, then upgrade everything. So I'm like 5 levels in. I don't know how high it gets, maybe 10. It gets exponentially more expensive.
What's that level 58 in the top left?
That's my player level.
Okay.
And you just get experience.
Nice.
And I believe that's what will probably work towards the like play to airdrop if they do that.
The player level?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually looked into it, but I'm kind of enjoying it, so I don't really
Do you
care
get
what the
attacked
rewards
at all?
are.
Or do you have to like build
No,
defense or
it's
anything
PvE.
like that?
It's all just grinding these resources. And then also like all of these have power, so like you have to build them adjacent to a power plant. So you can see here I have like every cluster I've built has a power plant attached to it, and that powers all these. If these level up too much, they won't work because there's not enough power. So you have to level up your power plants as you level these up. Like the other thing you have to be aware of. And I fucked up at first, and I built my power plant nowhere near stuff, and it wasn't powering it. And you can move buildings for free.
Oh, that's nice.
So if you fuck up building, you can rearrange stuff. And also these trees come up. These trees you have to clear. It takes 5 minutes to clear them, and then they give you resources. I don't think they really do anything bad if you don't clear them, but they do take up space. So like eventually I won't be able to build because there'll be too many fucking trees popped up.
I see.
And that's sort of this
Okay.
game. The land is
That's kind of
expensive
fun
though.
though. It's like oh yeah. What
Land is like
resources?
$300 right now.
Oh damn.
What'd you say?
So are you like on someone else's land?
No, this is just a tier 0 land. And then you need tier 1 through tier 3 or 4 to extract minerals. But I don't know. They've only sold 20k plots of land, and they said there will be eventually 100k plots of land. So I'm hoping they either sell more plots of land or they expand the properties of tier 0. You can play the tier 0 overworld stuff and grind out stuff to sell. So maybe eventually they'll create something we can sell from this and then grind my way into that. But you want to go to Alluviadex. Airdrops or missions. You want to go to Alluviadex, click your name, top right, and missions. Oh wait, you mean in the website or in this? I have been doing, there's like goals. These are like the missions that I've been doing. I've done a bunch of them. I don't know if that gives me W points, maybe? I don't know. That's just saying weekly, daily. I really don't know a lot about this. I just dove into it because I was trying to figure it out, and I've been kind of hooked on it. I've been playing for like 3 or 4 days, but fun. It's free to play. And if you're trying to get more into the overworld game, eventually this could help you earn stuff for that. But I wanted to show that off because I hadn't showed that off when we were doing the
Yeah, that's pretty
get off the
cool.
Illuvium last week, and people were like, "Have you tried that one?" I was like, "Nope," and then I got into it. But actually, I've been playing the Overworld game too, and it's pretty fun. So like, I wanted to get more into understand how everything is working with it. Just
It's a
nothing.
pretty like layered ecosystem. It seems like there's a lot going on in that
I
game.
was saying in our Discord, it reminds me of like all these wax games that just launch it and then have to figure out how to connect everything, except they actually did it successfully. Like they had a land sale. The
Yeah.
land sale earns you fucking tokens that you then use in the overworld game, and then the overworld game earns you minions that you catch that you play in the auto battler. So like all three are linked and actually make sense. I do think it's way over convoluted for like the average gamer is not going to like get into this, but for Web3 people, I think it makes sense. I don't think they can
Yeah.
make this possible to earn, as the free-to-play land is way better than the common land. Okay, I don't know enough about it, but maybe I'm wasting my time, but I'm kind of enjoying it, so I don't really give a shit. I also feel like at some point I am going to max everything out. Okay, so there will be way more than 3 games.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get the fuel, because the fuel is definitely the paywall once you start playing. It costs like 150 fuel every time you want to go to tier 1, and it gets exponentially more expensive. Eventually, if you do tier 0 enough, like you're gonna have the highest level, maybe not the highest level, but the highest evolution of all the tier 0 minions, and you're gonna have the highest gear you can craft. If you want to craft the higher gear and catch the better minions, you have to go to higher tier stuff, and that costs every time you go. So I guess the route to that right now would be to sell your tier 0 shit, keep farming it and then selling it, and then transfer the tier 0 stuff into the fuel, which you can buy on the Luvidex. So I can show that off actually.
Yeah.
Luvidex. This is my Alliance hub. I don't know that anybody's bought anything with my sign up code, but I also don't expect people to. Log in. Honestly, I haven't bought anything yet, so I don't expect people to do stuff I'm not. I think I am getting to the point where I'm going to start selling stuff though, because I'm starting, like, I have level 3 jetpack, I have level 3 boots, so I'm like starting to get to the point where I'm maxing out my level 0 stuff, or my tier 0 stuff. And then once I farm all this tier 0 shit, I won't need it. What'd you say?
Level 3's the max?
That I can see for the jetpack, the boots, and the... Why is it having an error connecting to my passport? Log the fuck in. Okay, there it is. Yeah, if you go to like the marketplace, there's the fuel exchange. I think this is where you can buy and sell fuel. Yeah, it's like 83 cents each, and you buy it with, I believe, Ethereum on IMX, but that's also what you sell stuff for. So I can take my, go to the marketplace, overworld. Yeah, you can see there's like different marketplaces for each arena, 0 versus overworld. Overworld's where I'm at. I wonder how much, like, let's see how much like a tier or a level 3 jetpack selling for. So I could just sell it and then start over and keep grinding. And then that could give me fuel.
Right.
And then I could do it that way. But for equipment and gear. I also, like, I evolved my first alluvial, and that took quite some time. I wonder if it's worth anything. I'm sure there's people just like non-stop grinding this shit, so it's not worth a lot, but
Yeah.
I just want to see the viability of the
Play to earn
jetpack.
model.
The jetpack level 3 fucking zooms too, it's way fun. Why is there 0 items found? Gotta be a jetpack on sale. Maybe the filter is just broken.
Gotta be. There's no way no one's listed it. Otherwise, list yours for like $50.
Yeah, I think the filter's broken. Maybe I can do stage or tier. I think stage is what stage 3. Green jetpack. 30 cents, honestly, not horrible. You can buy, how much was the fuel?
30 cents.
It took me hours to do that, so it's definitely not like a great use of time money wise. But I had
Yeah,
fun.
it's not like you're making a living doing it,
It
but
costs
the game
0.008.
was
So
fun.
let's say I want to buy, I need 150 fuel to do my mission. That costs 0.00039.
That's I feel like that's worth it if you can get 30
So
cents.
that's
You can get an
Ethereum.
ass load of that currency. Oh,
So
okay. I
that
thought that was
costs
dollars.
$1.25. So yeah, it would take me a while to grind it up, and that's for one run. It's definitely pretty expensive.
Damn.
The land seems like if you are going to play this a lot, like might be the move. But I'm also not going to pay $300 for land, so I
Yeah,
feel like the prices will come
that's a little
down.
steep
Like
for
no
me.
one's going to play a game where it costs $1.50 every time you want to do a run. Like in my opinion,
Yeah,
I think the hype is max because it just launched. So like prices might come down for all this stuff. Because once you also
which
can't
is
sell
also
the fuel
why
right now. The fuel is not. You're not able to take the fuel from the land and sell it. So I think like once people are able to transfer that from their lands, the fuel prices will dump and it'll be cheaper to do the fuel stuff.
for sure.
There's not a current way to
I feel
do
like
that.
it's probably still the move to sell the jetpack now and like buy it back later or buy something else later. I feel like 30 cents down the line they'll be able to buy you something way better than a fucking level 2 jetpack. Like you said,
Yeah,
it's
we'll
max
see.
hype right now.
I'm using it still though. I want to get like a replacement before.
That's true.
And also for being a streamer, they sent me free fuel, so I can go do some of the fuel shit and maybe sell some of that stuff for even more. But yeah, I think the fuel prices will come down once people are able to convert their land fuel into game fuel because they can't do that yet. So we'll see. I think you can also buy there's like a fuel
Definitely come down if
crate
that's
you
the
can
case.
buy, and I think the fuel crate is actually cheaper than the fuel prices. I could be wrong about that. People got airdropped a bunch of fuel crates for owning land, and that's what I got for being a streamer. And I believe those are actually cheaper than buying the fuel directly if you are interested in buying that. Yeah, I don't know. Complex ecosystem. I don't know how deep we'll get into it, but for now I'm still playing for free and having fun. If I get burned out, I never paid anything, so no risk.
Right? I can live with that.
Every time you list something, the DAO lists like 19 that amount. What does that mean?
What did that list say?
That they can, they just don't much as they developing their. Oh, so people already can sell the fuel? I thought I read that the transfer shit wasn't live yet. But I might have been reading outdated articles. I was just Googling it and then going to like the Illuvium blog posts. So maybe I was reading an outdated blog post. I don't know. Interesting ecosystem. Game's pretty fun. I think Web3 prices are outrageous and like it'll never work if it costs this much to play the game. So, in my opinion, prices are coming down. Don't, unless you're like confident you can use that 150 fuel to earn something that you can then sell for over $1.50, which is possible. I haven't checked the prices of the stuff that costs money to go mine. And then like if you can flip it quickly, maybe try to do that, but that seems like more of a gamble than I'm willing to make for playing a game for fun. Seems like you're back in that situation where like you have to grind to make your money back and it's stressful, no longer fun playing a game. You're like working a fucking job. So for me, games are fun. I'm having fun playing it for free. I only have one Illuvium at tier 2 or whatever, Evolution 2. I got him to Evolution 3, so I need to grind 3x. I wonder, maybe we should check the price of what's a like level 3 Illuvidex.
Oh yeah, that could be a way to get.
It takes a long fucking time to level those guys up. I guess they level up faster though. Like if you go to the tier 1, you get way more experience. So selling like I got my guys way higher. It took like 15 runs to level them up in tier 0, and then I went to tier 1 and I got like 5 runs worth of XP. So like everything goes exponentially when you are willing to pay for it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Alluvials though. I want to check what a evolved alluvial is selling for. I have a shit ton of alluvials too. I might start selling those. And who knows? Maybe I'll just sell a bunch of cheap shit and eventually get there. They're selling for 0.000001. Eventually that'll add up to. It's gonna take a lot,
Yeah.
but you know, I have a lot
Also,
of these
selling
now.
your jetpack, you can buy a ton of these too, and then like
I gotta
combine them
get
all,
like I
guess.
can't sell my jetpack without getting a replacement on a replacement. It's crazy. It sucks so bad to play this game without a jetpack, and you need minerals to get the jetpack, so I have to like run around without it. I guess I could use the stupid fucking bubble things, but the level 3 jetpack
Yeah.
makes the game so much more fun to play. Like, I'd want to grind out a second level 3 jetpack, I think, before selling it. Affinity? I don't know how to see, like, I guess I can do Greater? What's the one after Greater? You know, Quadrell,
I'm
there's
not
like words,
sure.
there's Lesser, Greater, and then something else. Focus on milestone mission.
Exalted.
Greater, the cheapest Greater one right now is 30 cents. It looks like evolving your shit is pretty... But these are all a higher tier. Like, these are ones you catch in tier 1. What about the tier 0 ones? Let's go to tier 0 and do Greater and see. It took me a long time to get a Greater guy in tier 0. Like, to the point where I was like, holy shit, to get like the highest tier, like it's gonna take for fucking ever to do this. It's not horrible. That's how it gives you something to grind.
Yeah, it also makes it like exciting to get there.
I say, so the Greater ones, one's selling for super cheap. That's really cheap, but 7 cents for Greaters. So, I don't know. It takes a while, but you can grind your way into earning with this stuff. It's not a lot, but again, it's a video game. Like, I don't think you should be printing money playing a free video game. That doesn't make any sense. And I wonder if he's replied. Exalted. Let's see what Exalted is. I believe that's the highest tier. I don't think that's spelled right. Is it? And that's 3x of the Greaters. It takes 3 of the lesser to make a Greater and 3 Greater, so it's like 9 of the lessers. $1.84 is the cheapest Exalted. If you can grind your way to Exalted, that ain't horrible. That's enough for one run for tier 1. And honestly, that's just the floor.
Yeah.
It goes up to 260 for the second one, and the second row is up to $3. That's 2 runs for $1.50 of fuel. Oh shit! The third row, we're up to $9. So this might be the move right now.
Yep.
Is try to just grind your way to an Exalted, which is a lot of playing. But if you're selling a lesser for 0.000001, I think you should take the time to upgrade it because it's exponentially more valuable. It takes a lot of time to grind all the way to Exalted, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, I feel like it should. Based
Oh wait,
on
this
these
isn't
values.
sorted by lowest price. Why? What is it sorting by? It is, but it isn't. Because like, this one costs $2.
Some of them are definitely
It's
like
like,
out
why
of
the
whack.
fuck is the
Yeah.
$2 one under the $9 one? Their market. Oh, maybe it's because those are listed in USDC. I don't know. I don't know why the fuck it's sorting so weird, but anyway, still seems like they're all over $1 at least. So, you know, that's hundreds of the cheapest one. And the problem isn't catching them. Like, catching 3 is not hard. The problem is the experience. It takes a ton of experience to evolve them. So like, you need to catch them and then battle them a bunch, and that's what takes me run after run after run. Like, get enough experience to evolve them, because I have enough. I have like 40 fucking level or lesser alluvials. If it's just as easy as catching them, I'd be cranking these out. But then you have to do run after run after run, and then I fight and I run away. I don't even catch them because like, you can do more fights. Catching them takes energy, but running doesn't. So you can like farm fight after fight after fight without having to leave the zone if you don't catch them. That's what I've been doing, is
Interesting.
trying to level my guys up, and I'll probably continue doing that. But I will say the fuel makes a huge difference.
Interesting.
I've been doing the milestones too, Quadrille, but a lot of the milestones are paywalled. It's like catch a tier 4 alluvial, so you have to go to the fucking tier 4 zone, which costs like $100 every time you go there. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing that. But I've been doing all the free ones, and then I had one where I had 2 missions. It was like win 4 fights in the tier 1 and win 3. So I was like, because I have 2 in the tier 1, I went I did both of those in one run. Oh, not the daily / weekly, the milestones. Okay, I'll make sure they pay attention to that. But I've been doing some of the dailies and some of the weeklies too, and I guess that adds towards your point to the leaderboard. And the leaderboard pays out Illuvium, the token, and I think they're giving away something like $20 million worth of the token to people playing right now over like 3 months. But you play a lot, like, and you do well,
That's
which
a
you're not
lot
going to
of
do as
money.
well as people paying to win. Because as I was saying, like people going to tier 4 are earning a shit ton of points for these missions that you can only do if you pay to win. Like those people are definitely going to earn more than you, but 12 million over
Yeah.
5 months.
It's probably like if you play in the free tier, you can make like, 1 penny, and then if you pay $100, you can make like $1.50 on a run. Like $100,
We're not talking about a run.
$101.
We're talking about season rewards. Like you're going on a leaderboard, and then based on your place on the leaderboard, they're airdropping you a token. It's not even an in-game token. It's just like their ecosystem token.
I wonder how that'll play out.
I don't know, but for like, so far they've worked out pretty
For
well. Like
that
I got
kind
like $70 for playing fucking Neon Heroes, and Neon
Neon
Heroes gave
Heroes?
way less money out than this. Like they're giving real money. Let me do the airdrop
Yeah.
season details. I'll read this. We'll go over this. I think we're gonna stream this again on Friday if they're still gonna pay us another $30 for it. But they said they're allocating 260,000 Illuvium tokens, which is valued at $25 million at the time of writing this, which was June 25th, so like a month ago. The loyalty airdrop is for people that are already holding tokens and shit. That's not going to be us. The play to airdrop campaign, that's us.
What's the name of
Airdrop-
the token?
Illuvium, I believe. Or ILV, which I believe is just Illuvium token. Just like the governance or like ecosystem token. They've got so many fucking tokens going on. But airdrop number 1, that already happened. That was 30,000. Airdrop number 2, this is us. For the Illuvium beta mainnet. This is when we transition the mainnet for the first time. Players can own their Illuvium assets. This portion of the campaign will last an additional 5 months, and airdrop points will be calculated at the end of the period. So for 5 months, you can get them for the free-to-play beta, and 180,000 is a lot. Like if you go check, where's CoinMarketCap? I don't know. Like for all these, it's like if you don't like the game, I wouldn't waste your time grinding it. Like it's not gonna be worth the hours you put in. Like I played like probably like 50 hours of Neon Heroes or something. So like I was making like a little over $1 an hour, which if you don't like the game, that's a really shitty job that you're working.
Yeah. Holy
But-
shit! This Illuvian token was over $2,000 at one point. And it's still
Yeah,
$56 right now.
See what 180,000 is worth. 180. That's worth 10 million. Yeah, 10 million's going out to players who are playing the game. I don't know what portion of that I'm going to get. Probably not a lot, but I know I'm playing it. And again, I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the grind. It's super laid back. Like those like little bug things can hurt you, but those like the guys don't attack you. So if you like, you can't like aggro shit that's going to just fucking wreck you. And like, there's no time limit that counts down until you get to like under 200 energy. So like, I'll just fucking like go to the teleporter, sit there, and then I'll like walk to the other room, like grab a drink and some snacks, come back, watch something on the screen, something captivating's happening on the Olympics or whatever. I look over and I don't have to like worry about getting wrecked and shit. So it's not a PvP game. Very low stakes. Even if you die, you just respawn at the teleporter. So like, I don't hate the grind. It's pretty laid back, and I play a lot of like Dinkum and like Stardew Valley and like games where they are super grindy, where you're just grinding and trying to like level shit up. So it's very up my alley game style wise, and I don't hate it. Whether or not you think it's worth playing, I can't tell you how much any of us are going to earn for the time we're putting in. It's definitely not a lot without the airdrop. I don't know what the airdrop's going to be worth, but again, even the other one where like apparently I'm earning nothing right now, I'm still playing it just because I'm enjoying the stupid base building game and I want to like try to get to the max level. It's just fun, but might not be for you.
That is cool.
I'm enjoying it.
I like that kind of not like little grind. IMX airdrops tend to be very nice, says Rock Metal. Nice. I haven't done much on IMX, but everything I have done has been really seamless and straightforward and easy, and I can recommend the experience.
I'm gonna try to.
Super.
I'm definitely gonna try to sell
build
like.
ecosystem.
I'm gonna try to level a guy up and then sell him. Although like, I love my guys when I level them up. Like I'm so proud of my grader. It took so long to get him that if I get like the fucking super high one, I don't think I'm gonna want to sell it because I'm like this thing fucking. It also shreds in fights. Like it's so much better than the lower tier ones. It gets way higher health and way more hit points and way more damage. But we'll see if I get to the point where like I max out all the like I have a bunch of fucking high tier guys. I might start selling them. But same with my jetpack. Like I just got my tier 3 jetpack. It took like see how many hours of grinding I've done on that game. Let's check Epic. Like it took me hours and hours and hours to get this thing, so now I don't want to sell it. Although, as you're saying, it's probably the best time to sell because I can buy it back later. But I'm not really playing this
Right.
game for the money exclusively. I've played Illuvium for
Yeah.
14 hours, so it took me about 14 hours to get a level 3 jetpack. And it's like, do I really want to fucking sell it and suck again? Like, you zip around so much faster and it lasts longer, so you go faster, farther, and longer. Like jumps that I was dying during, like when we were playing, I was like, oh, I can make this, and I couldn't make it. I can make those jumps now. So like, it feels like Crackdown when you level your guy up. It's like I don't want to go back to the fucking base shit.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Also, it took you a while.
I thought I'd just share my because we did promote this on Friday, so I thought I'd like now that I'm a little bit more into it, not the honeymoon period is worn off where I'm like, okay, I now understand what the grind is and what the path is, where the like paywall is. Like, is it worth doing? And at least like I don't know. And also I might get burned out and be like, I don't like this grind anymore and just stop playing it. And then I've spent $0, so no risk. But for now, I don't know, pop in like every other day, play it for an hour or two. Play it at 2 a.m. while watching ping pong Olympics, and it's not the worst way to spend my time. I'm weirdly
Right.
more into the Zero game. I'm just bummed land costs so much. I'm not paying fucking $300 for digital land ever again.
No, that was a foolish. I fucking got burned so hard doing that too.
And the prices have come
I,
down considerably. Like the cheapest land sold during the they did Dutch auctions. The cheapest land was over
Yeah.
$500, and people paid like thousands and thousands of dollars, and like land's down to like $300 now. So like it's already tanked from people that bought it during the hype. They
Yeah.
raised like $72 million on their land sale, which is like what the fuck? Like that's
Jesus.
way too much money.
It's hard to build $72 million worth of value for people back to those lands.
I think there's
Although I do
0%
feel like-
chance like all the shit's retaining value. We've been doing this for too long to know that like the hype is always worth more than like, and also like as people level their lands up, they create more fucking energy that they can sell. So like give it 6 months and people will be dumping the amount of gas in the ecosystem will be up, and then the hype of everybody joining because like once the play to airdrop thing's over and they're not giving Illuvium anymore, less people will probably be trying to grind the daily missions, and like everything will
Yeah.
probably come down in price. So like I don't know, I'm not like in a rush to fucking throw money at this expecting to make money back, but I'm enjoying the game for what it is for so far. It's kind of like the game I'd say it's most like is what's that stupid fucking Pokemon ripoff game we were playing?
Pal Worlds?
Yeah, it's kind of a lot like Pal World because it's a very like crafting. It's not survival based though, which is why I like it. Like Pal World, you're just losing health. You're getting raids, like shit's attacking you and can kill you. Like you can't just sit AFK. Like sitting AFK hurts your whole base setup and stuff. This like you can sit AFK and like nothing really bad can happen to you as far as like it's like a mix between Pal World and then I would say what's the one that was on Wax? My brain is not working because I've been sleeping like 5 hours a night, going to sleep too late. But
Our Planet.
no, not Our Planet. The
Huh.
one that Dan and I Make Stupid Games made.
Immersus.
Yeah, it's like Immersus. It reminds me of Immersus because everything you mine is an NFT, like the second, or at least on the blockchain.
Yeah.
Like you do have to craft, but anything you craft, and like I have a shit ton of items. Like they're not worth a lot, but it's just cool that like everything populates and you can sell everything. And a lot of it is a grind where like I'm trying to grind over and over and over to get the higher tier of that gear. And once I get that, I have to level it up to the next one. It's a lot of grinding, but and I don't know. It's way better than Immersus, way worse than Pal World on the on the fun scale. Immersus kind of always sucked. It was like Immersus was always like, oh, the potential one day it could be like I feel like Immersus one day was wishing it could make Illuvium. Like Illuvium is like the realized version of Immersus, but it's still like super grindy and paywalled, which is why it's not as fun as Power World. Power World, you pay for it once and you can get everything in the game. Like this one, there's like a pretty clear drop off of what you can do for free, and then you have to start paying, which is why I don't think it's as like less fun than Power World, where it's like, oh, I can grind and get the best shit in the game if I just keep playing.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there a bulk uploaded for selling? I don't know. But yeah, shit sells for like a fraction of a penny where I'm grinding, so it's not a lot, but we'll see. We'll see if I get enough stuff, I might start selling, but for now I'm just enjoying the grind of trying to level up my Alluvials, because I only have a Greater and I want Exalted. Once I get Exalted Alluvials, I feel like I've kind of like hit the end of what you can do for free, but I'm still pretty far from that. Like it'll probably took me 14 hours to do this. It'll take at least 2x that time. So it'll take like another 28 hours to get an Exalted one. And that's worth $1 if I sell it. So time spent is definitely not really monetized great, but we'll see. I might get burned out by then, but
which is, I feel like that's also kind of cool though, because then it also means like if I want to join you, I can jump in and pay like $3 and catch up.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay, you can spend a couple of bucks and like fucking outdo the people grinding.
Yeah,
we'll see. I think,
or at least catch up to like people who have been grinding. That's kind of a cool idea of like I can just buy the grinded time from somebody for like $1.
I think it's because the tokens are all illiquid, or whatever the word for low liquidity is. Like once there's more liquid tokens, I think the token prices will come down, and I don't think you'll be paying $1.50 every run you want to do in tier 1.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of where the problem is right now. So I think just give it time. And personally, I wouldn't ape in. I know everybody's like, the hype is here now. It just launched. Everyone wants to get in, but that's why the prices are so high. And historically, every game we've ever played, if you look at launch prices versus the prices 6 months later, like they collapse like drastically. So if I've learned anything from doing this, which hopefully I have, is don't let the FOMO win. Don't ape in when it's brand new, when all the hype is there. Wait until the hype dies down a bit.
You can play for free though, so play and grind. That's good.
And it's all on the chain. So like if I grind and feel like I hit the max point and I have to pay money I don't want to pay, let it sit for 6 months, and then 6 months from now, if the prices come down and I'm like, okay, now it's worth playing, then I can hop in then. So no reason to fucking spend. I'd have to calculate the money is, but going to like a tier 4 excursion, I think literally costs like $50 every time you do it, which is crazy. I'm sure that the stuff you mine there, you can sell for way more than the free stuff, and maybe you can make your money back if you want to do the math, but like, I'm not in the business of gambling on like doing runs for $50 a pop. Like that's out of my price range for playing a game for fun. Go for grind for the milestones. You'll get tired of grind very soon. We'll see. I'll definitely check them out though. I've definitely been doing the daily and weekly. I didn't know there's like milestone grinds. And I feel like you shouldn't be playing games to the point where the grind makes you not like them anymore. Like I feel like Web3, kind of because like the more you grind, the more you can earn. People like burn themselves out on them. Like I don't know, play it when it's fun, and if it stops becoming fun, like don't keep playing it. That's so far I think Neon Heroes has been the best for me, where like every time I logged in I enjoyed playing it. I never felt like I was like, especially like with the whole PvP ranking system, like when like the more you play the higher you could grind, and like you fall down and then want to climb back up. Like that was definitely like a fun element where I really enjoyed when Neon Heroes comes back. Like that's way more my speed for a game to grind than this one, but so far like this game it's fun enough. I also want to try that game that Burst has been promoting, the what is it called? Champions Tactics, the Ubisoft game, But I think you can now like
cool too.
I think you can now buy heroes for like $40 or less. So it's starting it into like, it used to be like $200 to buy the PFP to mint shit, and I was like $200 is more than I'm willing to spend on a game that doesn't exist yet. Like $40, if I can get what I need to play it and I don't need to buy a bunch of more shit for $40, that's within the realm of like, okay, I'll try this out. So like everything, give it some time. Don't buy it when the hype is peak. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Wapaka just woke up, got on. Max had a question for you about routing fees. Probably not the first thing you want to hear in the morning, but
Just woke up. Oh yeah. Let's see.
he's asking about
What's that?
should there be fees when there's a multi-route not going through multiple platforms? Because for Wax on Edge, we were under the impression that if you went from like Taco to Alcor, that's a fee, but if it's from Alcor to Alcor, that wouldn't be a fee. And we noticed that there's like a 2-hop fee, platform fee on Alcor. And is that's supposed to be there? Is that a
Yeah.
new update?
I
Were
guess
we
it
always
says
wrong?
in the thing it says if you're swapping within a single pool, there is no fees. So I guess it's if it's multiple pools, but even within the same decks.
Okay,
Since what we
so that's
were,
working as intended.
I guess, right? Like if it's a route, like I think the route I was doing was like Woof to Wax and then Wax to SDM, but it was all on Alcor. And it was doing, I think, like a 0.3% platform fee, which that same swap is exactly how Alcor would route the trade as well and end up with a better deal because it wouldn't charge the platform fee.
Yes, even multi-hops on Alcor will get a fee. Okay, good to know.
Got it.
So if it's only going through Alcor, then you can always just go on Alcor, and then he said it's
Yeah, if
always
you
been
wanna
like that.
avoid it.
So we just misunderstood how it worked then.
I misunderstood that then, yeah.
I think we've been
I thought it was
mis-explaining
like
that for
split.
7 months or
Yeah,
whatever.
I thought it was like if it splits between multiple dexes, not multiple pools, but it does say multiple pools right here. So I'm just reading this. I just missed it before.
Okay, good to know. We still did it anyway though, because the woof you earn might outpay the fee. At the
Yeah,
moment.
that's pretty much. I was like, I'm doing it that and the support of using tools that fucking rock.
But if you're really cheap and you don't want to deal with it, you can just see where the best route
mean,
is
it-
and then go do it manually.
It also tells you exactly what you're going to be paying and getting, so it's not like it's pulling a fast one or anything. So, you know,
All right, we should do this last giveaway and wrap up, even though you just got here with Paka. Have been streaming for 3 hours. The sun is setting. I need to go on my daily walk before it's pitch black outside.
yeah, I'm gonna play some of this meta battler too.
Yeah, I also want to grind some meta battler so I can friggin' maybe win some free packs. I like free packs. Doesn't like free
Right.
packs.
Also, got to see about if I want to buy some more of this OVN. Is the dip over? Today was like the bribes were paid out, so I expected it to dump a little bit. I was planning to buy some on the dump.
I've just been riding it the whole time.
I'm writing what I have in there. I just
You're
have.
just
I
buying
was
more.
thinking about adding more. Yeah.
It is pretty lucrative at the moment.
It,
And probably my
King
best thing
Rock.
that I'm in.
the only thing was like I like OVN. I think it's gonna go up from here. So it's like I don't know if I want to put it in the pool or just put it straight into the lending. Because it earns like 200% APY and it's just OVN in that pool. That way, if it goes up in value, it does really
You
well.
don't
But
lose
also,
the permanent loss. Sort of like the.
but you're also exposed to the downside of if it doesn't do well. Like the
I also
pool,
like that it's been chopping around a lot. So I feel like when you're in the pool and it chops around, then you get the best.
that
of both
really
worlds.
fucking run. Because the pool also charges 1% like swap fees. So like on a day like today, it did like $1.4 million in volume. That's like $14,000 in fees that got sent to the pool. Like just in 24 hours. That's pretty solid.
I might buy some more too. I still have a bit of stable coins left. Still hoping I can close my fucking short that's been open for way too long.
It's probably getting close, right? What was that one open at?
Ether 3100 ish. So we're close.
We're at 31. We're at 3190 now, so got
I
closer.
have a stop
than-
set at 3097 or something. It's a little above where the last support below
30.
that is.
97. Oh yeah, that still would be like above where that like last dumped all the way down to.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I looked where that was, and I was like, I want to be a little bit higher than this in case it doesn't go that low. But like,
Yeah.
it's a little bit above the resistance. We're talking about OVN token. OVN.
OBN.
Twalter
pool
in
right
first
now.
place.
My liquidity pool farm for OVN is paying $131 per day in rewards. Oof.
And that's on the base blockchain, right?
Yeah, that is on the base blockchain.
All right, I'm going to send Twalter. You're going to get a Elude Momoko pack. And then we are also going to send you 1 million Wolf. Congrats on your first place win.
Here, I can
With $1.50. $1.50. Rock Metal got in second. We'll give you 500,000.
let's go.
My weights came in yesterday. This is my first weightlifting in I don't know how many fucking years. I think the last time I did that was in high school. High school when I would go to the gym at Bellevue College and just usually phone it in and walk on the fucking treadmill at 1 mile per hour. Every once in a while, I think I would actually lift weights. But since my back is all fucked up, I'm trying to increase the muscles in my back, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. I'm trying to do like weights and shit. Who did I send that to? Rock Metal. And then this third one is going to... I'm now confused at what I just did. So I already sent it to Rock Metal. This third one's going to Autumn's Toys. Autumn's Toys is going to get 250,000. I got 9-pound weights. I'm gonna get ripped. I don't think you can really get ripped with 9-pound weights.
That's what was in that fucking box, dude. I was like, tried to pick
it's
that
heavy,
box
right?
up.
18 pounds.
I was like, what the fuck is in this box? I like just slid it over into the like living room, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought 9 pounds might be too heavy. I thought I was gonna have to do 2 hands on one, and it was gonna be embarrassing that I can't like do 9-pound curls. But honestly, I can do like I did 3 sets of 10, so I did like 30 reps, which I feel like is a good amount. So I'm like, that was actually a good weight to start with. Problem is like,
yeah.
if that becomes too easy, then you're supposed to up it. And it's like, I'm not trying to have fucking like full sets of weights in our apartment.
I did that in senior year of high school when I went to like BCC to do my like PE credits. That was like the reason I did like the running start stuff. Was
Me
like to
too.
get like my missing
Well,
PE credits. So I just
partially.
did the open gym. All I did was like the free weights at the open gym, and I like did get really fucking good at it for doing it for a whole year, like every day for like 30-40 minutes. I started out at like 20 pounds, and by the end of it, I could curl like 70-pound weights with each arm.
Damn, that's fucking.
It was on the first, like when I started doing it, I couldn't do that, like no fucking chance. But by the end, it was like I could do a set of like 5 curls each arm with like a 70-pound dumbbell, which is like,
I'm just like,
that was a lot. Like I
I'm
couldn't
just trying
do that
to
today.
keep a base level of like not getting injured from boom hopping.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way I could do that today. I feel like I could probably curl like a 40-pound weight before being worried that it would like damage my muscles somehow. Like
That's
I
what
feel
I
like
was
I
worried
could
about
do
the
more,
10-pound
but
one.
it'd be
I'm
risky.
so out of shape. I was like, am I gonna fucking like rip something trying to lift 10 pounds? But I was like, 10 pounds is not a bad starter for me. And also, I didn't send you 5 million. I might 500,000 to Rock Metal. My brain is like, I haven't slept more than like 5 hours since Counter-Strike tournament started. It's been bad, so we'll see where I get on Friday. On Friday, I might be a fucking jello brain.
You know what's really good to do for with like a 9-pound weight too is like just holding it straight out like in front of you or straight out to the side. Like that's a really good one. Like you start to feel that pretty quick.
Yeah. I'm also trying to do like, I don't know. I've been looking up different ones. There's one where like you like stretch down to your feet and then you pull it up, and then like I'm trying to specifically do ones that target your back and your neck and shit, because that's where my injury is. But
yeah, because I think like the T-pose one is good because that definitely like you feel that in like your upper shoulders and your back like that.
That one's hard. Even just lifting it out, like the wing, like
yeah,
that's harder than
like
curling for sure.
Holding it straight up and then like doing like the little flops like up and down like that. That's what I used to do that too.
I've just been doing straight up because that's the boom one, because that's how I hold the boom pole. So I'm like, that's the most important one. same thing where I can hold it up there for longer. Once I get like more strength built, I'm gonna do like the 10 reps and then like hold it there for, I don't know, if I can start holding it there for like 5-10 minutes without dying. That's like sometimes take that long when you're on set, and like I don't want to fucking injure my body again.
Yeah.
Even though my boom pole probably weighs less than that at this point, but still want to make
You're
sure
just,
I
like,
can
dying.
handle it.
Just dying, waiting for him to call cut so you can just like
Yeah,
lower the
that
pole.
happens pretty much every time I'm set, and since I've been injured and I haven't done that for months, like I need to get back into, like, I'd like to be in better shape than I've ever been on set, so I'm not getting injured again. I don't even know if that's why I got injured, but like now that I know I'm prone to it, I don't want to get re-injured because that fucking sucks. Not only does the pain suck, but not being able to work sucks. The pain also very much sucked for like, even now every day I wake up my neck still hurts. It's not fixed, but like the first month or so is just nonstop, constant, pretty chronic pain. It's just like, yeah, this fucking blows. Existence blows every time I'm awake. It sucks. All right, let's raid into someone. And we'll stream tomorrow for our Off the Rails stream. Probably late again. I don't see me waking up any earlier for time being. I'm really enjoying watching the Olympics when it starts at like midnight and goes during the day. I guess, I don't know. You have to go to sleep so early. Like, I have to go to sleep right now if I was going to try to like wake up and try to watch Counter-Strike, and that's not happening since I woke up 4 hours ago. We will raid into the Marvel Rivals. Is that the that like Overwatch looking game?
Oh, I want to play that. That looks fucking dope. Overwatch with Marvel characters.
I want to check. Marvel Rivals could also be the card game. I don't know enough about the. See what it is though. I think I might have gotten an email about being into fucking ads. Oh, it is. I want to see what this looks like. We'll raid into him though. Why not? The Taco Bell commercial.
I didn't know this was already out.
I'm pretty sure I got an email because I signed up for the beta. I just been busy doing Web3.
Strong, confident vibe, starring with Chinchilla.
Looks pretty sick. I like the graphics are like cell shaded.
Yeah, like a little comic book. Oh, there's the Hulk. Is she Scarlet Witch or who's this? I think this is
think
Scarlet
so.
Witch, right? Yeah.
You go invisible.
Gotta
Is that
be.
one of her things?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool seeing all these Marvel characters. All right, we'll raid into Hot Sauce. Anybody else?
She was killed by the other team, Scarlet Witch.
We will be back tomorrow around, I don't know, 3 hours ago. In what is that, 19, 21 hours? I can do math. But thanks for hanging, everybody. Hope you all have a good evening or morning if it's that
Putting
time in
up
your time
with
zone.
Our hybrid off the rails / moving around our investment monies.
Yeah, I feel like we got that all out of the way before we went off the rails, though. But
Yeah.
Go USA. We're going to win everything in the Olympics. Good luck if you're not from USA.
USA #1.
USA #1. I think our gymnastics team just fucking shredded, even though I haven't been watching the gymnastics, which I think is the first time in a long time, too. I don't think we win gymnastics very often. But peace out, everybody. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, yeah, and hit us up in Discord if you want to hang in between now and then. If you want to talk Olympics or Counter-Strike or crypto, feel free to join our Discord. We also post when we go live there, so if you think you'll miss on Twitch and you're more active on Discord, we post it there. Yeah, peace out, everybody. See you tomorrow.
See ya. Thanks for watching.
I kind of want to try that Marvel game now. That's cool.
Right? Looks cool.